Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to 101 on Arsenal. Sorry, I just was trying to get the team sheet up so we could take a really good look at it right now. So let's just do that, shall we? And big shout out to all of you lot that are out there in Arsenal land enjoying the resurgence, really, and revival of the team. Today will go a long way in kind of pointing us in the right direction. And we really need to bag this one home, guys. So big shout out to all of you lot out there. Let's take a look at the team sheet. Now, what have we got here? We have, which is no bigger surprise, in goal is Aaron Ramsdale. So how many times have we talked about Aaron Ramsdale being the goalkeeper of choice? He's the one that Arteta has bought and has chosen. All of these players, as I said, with Leno and all the other players and Bellerin and all these guys, were not players that Arteta brought in. They aren't the ones that he feels is the right one for his system. And I think in this respect, you've got to understand that we are starting to see a pattern in the team sheet now that is being filled with players that Arteta and Edu have brought in. Big shout out to Daniel, my cousin. What's going on, Daniel, man? Big shout out to you, my friend. And hopefully we'll meet up in the next home game. Let me know what you think about the team sheet, Daniel, as well. And guys, for me, I think that it is the right thing to do to keep playing Ramsdale just so that we can have a look at him. It's to our benefit. So, yeah, big shout out to everybody. Let me know what's going on in Arsenal land, and let's have a look at the back four. Back four again is as what I thought it would be. It's Tommy, it's Gabriel, Turney, and Ben White. Big shout out to 18 in the house. What's going on, my brother? And in the midfield, we've got Thomas Partey, and we've got what's going on here? All right, so wow, so it looks like he's putting Thomas Partey and Smith Rowe together as holding midfielders. Then he's going to play Odegaard in front. And then the front three will be Pepe, Aubameyang, and Saka. Now, what? Okay, so that's new. That's new. That is new. Fabian, what's going on, Fabian? Fabrice saying it looks like a 4-4-2. Actually, it really does look like a 4-4-2, to be honest. So that midfield then would be Partey, Odegaard, and Smith Rowe. And then the front three would be Pepe, Saka, and Aubameyang. He's always tried to get to this point, guys. Yeah, he's always tried to get to this point. So very interesting to see that this is what's happening here. Yeah, I'm quite surprised at the choice because I've been telling quite a lot of people this formation, the 3-4-3 and 4-3-3 are the two ways how you can actually implement a two number 10s. And that's what he wants to do. He wants to play with Smith Rowe and Odegaard in the same team. Didn't do it last week. Last week was a little bit of a shift around with Maitland-Niles. And it looks like he's kind of back to how he wants to be here at the moment. So look, I'm happy to see how this goes. It's a very attacking formation, and we need some mega results today. We definitely need more goals. Last week we created ample amount of chances, 30 shots we had, and you have to be happy with that. Nobody can really complain about the fact that we had 30 shots. So I'm just going to pick up my stream at the moment now here. Let me just sort my stream out. And I'm ready for BT Sports, so I'm ready for Sky Sports. So let me just bang around and figure out what's actually going on here now. Isn't it funny? I actually thought about having this game being shown on one of the other sites. So that's basically where it is. So let's try and pick up some. Let's try and pick up here. Here we go. Right, let me just send a tweet on the stream. You guys, let me know what your thoughts are about the team sheet, man. And so we can bring this one home. Kickoff is in about 2 minutes. Let's have a look here. Arsenal, Burnley, here we go. Yeah, kickoff is in about 2 minutes. So I think it's a good team sheet. We always have to judge the first thing in terms of preparation and how we're going to feel. And they've had a week's rest. Most of them have not done anything since Norwich. So it's more time to add additional things to practice, to set pieces, to what the manager actually wants to do. Yeah, I'm really happy with that, man. So I'm really happy with that. So want to come out now and see this team provide and push through a performance. That's what I'm really looking to see now. So, yeah, just awaiting kickoff, guys. 2 minutes to kick off. Daniel, sorry, says, the one thing about the team today is I know you're happy, and even more is that Mr. No Name is nowhere to be seen. Yeah, look, man. Yeah. Yeah. I wonder what is going to happen against Spurs when he who shall not be named is going to be back in the mix. Really, really don't know what they're going to do in that respect. But I can't wait to see, because your whole ethos, your whole plan is based on what happens with Xhaka, yeah, when he comes back. Are you going to go with what hasn't worked in the last 4 years, or are you going to go with building a future and building something for what you think is the right thing to do? So it'd be good to hear what you guys think in that respect. And let's bring this on. Let's see what happens. We'll see what happens. Right, so we're just trying to hear now, just nail down the stream and see what's happening, and really looking for something special from Odegaard today. Last week I thought he worked really hard, and yeah, I think I'm really looking for things to happen from Martin Odegaard today. The referee, as you know, is Anthony Taylor, and he blows his whistle. So the players and officials take a knee, and then Burnley now get the game underway. So here we have it, guys. Let's push this thing through. Here we have it. So, yeah, really looking for something special today, man. Looking for a really good performance. Although it's just kicked off, I'm a minute behind on the stream, so my one has just kicked off now. Arsenal in their all yellow, and Burnley are in their home kit. So let's go, man. Let's do it. Let's do it. Main thing for me is just seeing that stability in the midfield. I really want to see that stability and where Arsenal go in the midfield. What's going on there, Miss Man? Big shout out to you, my brother.
Hey, how's it going? Hold on, give me 1 sec.
Have you seen the team sheet, Neomis? If not, I'll keep it up.
I haven't. You know what? Can you show it again? Because
okay.
I think. Well, what did I see? I saw Xhaka wasn't in it, and I was like, okay, that's great.
Yeah, because he's still banned, isn't it? He's still banned.
Oh, he's still banned. Oh, okay, sorry. I thought he would have been back today. So,
have you got a stream, or do you want me to send it to you in the chat?
I've finally got a stream now. I spent the past 20 minutes trying.
Let me just send you my one in the stream just in case.
Okay, no, that's perfect. That is perfect. But where I am now, it's kicked off. I'm at like 52 seconds in.
Yeah, I'm 1 minute and 10 seconds right now.
Oh yeah. You're a good 10 seconds ahead of me.
Yeah, but that's the stream I just sent you, and it looks good. It's all in English. Everybody's happy.
All right, you know what?
Looking for 3 points today, man. Arsenal are keeping the ball in possession, guys, at the moment.
I would love us to get 3 points. I think the way our team is set up would allow us to be able to do that. It should be second game that we've seen these players in this formation. I think the only change has been Partey starting.
I think it's a little bit of a shift. Last week was more of a 3-4-3 and then shifting to 4-3-3. This week it's definitely 4-3-3 without a doubt.
Yeah, which, you know what, I like what I see. I like what I see. I just hope that the wide players can help create more chances for Aubameyang, and that Smith Rowe and Odegaard could really just help to kind of support Partey, but also continue to be that link between the midfield and the attack in the midfield and the defense. I think that's the most important thing. But yeah, I can't fault him what's done here. Maybe I would have played Lacazette, but I mean, Aubameyang scored in the last
No,
game, so
yeah, I told you that Lacazette thing is dead, man.
no.
He's no longer going to be an Arsenal player in January. So
So
why?
are we, Apollo? Are we bringing someone in then? Because
Yeah,
I've
um,
heard some rumors that Arsenal are looking to do business in January.
yeah. Listen, if you watched my video midweek and you heard me talk about it, I showed a picture in my video, but I didn't mention his name for obvious reasons. You know, so I've heard a couple of things on the inside that they're looking to. They've already been in contact with that player's agent, and that player is very
Okay.
interested in coming to Arsenal. But I'm not going to say anything more on it yet until I get a confirmation, because all I know is that they've made contact with him. He is interested in joining us next year, whether that would be in
Okay.
January or the summer. So that's all I can really say. But I did put a picture, so everybody knew what I'm talking about. I did put a picture in his face in my video that I done in the midweek. And yes, I'm just going to leave it at that. And whatever will be, will be.
Okay. All right. Well, you know what? If that's the case, then the one quality that I think the striker needs to have is the ability to hold the ball up and to bring those midfield players in play. And if that said player can do that, then I think again that's moving in the right direction, because I think that all of our forwards don't have that ability to be able to do that. So if we have it, great. Looking forward to it.
Definitely. So, guys, as I said, Arsenal are very composed in possession early on. They're shifting the ball around really well. And this actually looks like an Arsenal home game because they've had so much possession. But for Burnley, guys, Burnley are really just trying to exert their physicality on Arsenal. That's all you can really see from them at the moment. Barnes is getting in there. They're trying to feed them with long balls up to Wood as well. So I think you're going to see a lot of this today. And the onus is going to be on Gabriel and Ben White, and how Ramsdale is going to be dealing with this. I feel really good about Ramsdale. What about you guys? How do you feel about Ramsdale?
I think Ramsdale's decent. I think he's young enough where he can still improve. I don't think he's been quite tested yet, but I think the situation with Arsenal is that they've been put into this situation where they have no choice. Understanding like Bern Leno's contract situation, they kind of have no choice but to do this. But you know, if he fits into the model, like for me, I'd have to see him play up against one of the top teams in this Arsenal side to be able to really judge him.
Arsenal dominating. Tierney on the left. Good ball. Go to the middle. Oh, it nearly goes in. I tell you what, Arsenal pinging the ball around with style and pace and quickness, and Burnley just haven't been able to live with them. Pepe spreads the ball out to Odegaard. Odegaard, great ball on the left. Kieran Tierney runs into the box, squares it, and I tell you, it looks like, Mees just makes a play on it. It comes off him. Pepe runs into the middle, doesn't quite connect with it. It's fantastic play. It really is. Martin Odegaard again, pulling the strings in the midfield. As I said, he threads the ball to Tierney right behind the Burnley defence. He fires an across. There's no one really to get on it, although Pepe's running in. The ball's bundled with the defender, and Burnley escape. But look, Tierney injecting pace into that Arsenal flank. And Arsenal have been absolutely outstanding in the first 5 minutes here, guys. They're moving the ball really well. Just really, really good to see. Really good to see. Big shout out to Jabez. Big shout out to you, my friend. Cool K saying, Saka again. Kid needs a rest. Actually, I did say that in the last game, Cool K. But remember, they've had 7 days.
That's no longer an excuse anymore, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Hold on, let me block this user because he's trying to spam right now. So let me just block him. So I don't think that's the case now, because on a Tuesday and Wednesday they're having film sessions, and a lot of those 2 days are built up on classroom sessions. So while they have a light session in the morning, most of the days are ended up in a film room. So it's not as bad as you think it is. The fact that we're not playing in Europe is given the players as a whole more understanding about the formations and tactics. They're doing a lot of film work, and it's given them rest as well. A great
Good.
take from Aaron Ramsdale.
Good.
There's sorry, Neil, Miss Ball comes in from the side with
Cool.
Barnes, and look, he's claiming those balls, Aaron Ramsdale.
Yeah, I see that just there right now. I'm just caught up to that. I mean, so far, Arsenal looking a lot better than what I thought that would have happened. So good start from them. Yeah, I think if they continue at this level, like surely they're going to create goal scoring opportunities and be able to kind of put one away.
Pepe threads the
And
ball
it looks
in,
like
but
they've
again,
been doing a lot of practice with playing the ball out from the back.
For real. Arsenal just absolutely dominating this game. Turf Moor games have been very, very difficult because of Burnley's style and everything else. But Arsenal are absolutely dominating. I'm going to get rid of that team sheet now that you've had a look at it, Neomis.
Yeah.
We have been absolutely on top of these guys, and they can't live with us at the moment. CJ said, I predicted us to lose this game in his prediction. Let's see if Arsenal can prove him wrong for once. Arsenal, mate, have been absolutely dominating this game in the first 10 minutes. More spam. Let's block them as well. The spams are in full effect today. I don't know why. Kuke says, our style is quite good and direct for once. Apart from Pepe losing the ball, he thinks Arteta is in now and he has his team. Yes, that's what I've been saying for the last 2 weeks. Arteta, without the strikers, these are his midfield players, these are his defenders, and this is his goalkeeper. So essentially, it's more or less Arsenal, Arteta's team without the strikers. Little chance there from Burnley. Burnley, who have yet to score, by the way, from open play this season, guys. Let me remind you that they're trying to break through here. It's a route one ball. Remember, we're going to get a lot of that. A route one ball. It was Pope who lumps the ball forward. Arsenal failed to deal with it, i.e. the ball bounces, and they're under pressure from Wood and Barnes. Barnes is the one who hooks a volley towards the goal, and it's just over the net. Tell you, Arsenal have been fantastic at the moment. CJ says you can't beat Arteta in after one performance, Kuke.
Did he say he was? Is that? I mean, he gave him a compliment in terms of what he's doing, which I mean, I have to say I agree with. Like, we are being pretty direct, but you know, let's see how everything goes. Like, Norwich was the first test, Burnley's the second one. We got Spurs next. I think all you could do is judge them game by game, and the performance in those games are the most important part.
Yeah, CJ says, "Oh, I don't know what is going on. I'm getting attacked like crazy at the moment. I'm seeing pure spams in the chat room." CJ saying Arteta's body of work in 3 years have proved he's not the right man for the job. Bro, he's only been there 18 months. Cool K says I'm on the fence. I'm on the fence, CJ. Yeah, I think a lot of fans want him out, and some fans are fully behind him. And yeah, it is what it is, man. Burnley now on the attack, and Arsenal deal with that. One thing I like about there, Tomiyasu gets up to the attacker on the flank, and he blocks the cross from happening. So remember I talked about Brentford, remember I talked about Chelsea and Man City. What was happening there? What was the one defining factor that we weren't doing? We weren't challenging blocks. My God, look at all this spam. It's crazy here. They weren't dealing with blocks coming in. All of a sudden now we get Tomiyasu, Gabriel, and Thomas, Ben White, and all of a sudden they're challenging the crosses that are coming in, and Arsenal are looking much better for it.
As long as they continue to be consistent about this, I think that it'll work. I like the performance that Tomiyasu did in the last game. Real good, solid performance. Reminded me a lot of how Callum Chambers used to be, who I don't know what happened with him.
Yeah, me too. This season he's just been awful. He's just been atrocious this season.
Yeah.
Burnley crossed the ball in, ball's headed, but it goes over the bar. So Burnley are playing to their strengths here, guys. They're forcing some errors from Arsenal with their pressing and swarming forward in numbers. McNeil is Woods and Barnes a big game plan for that. But you have to say that their game plan is more about bullying rather than skill and adaptation. So I wouldn't really worry about it too much. CJ saying this is his third season, Apollo. Bro, he has been here for 18 months. So, yes, in terms of seasons, it might sound like he's been here for 3 years, but in timeline, he's only been here for 18 months. So at the end of this season, it would be 2.5 years. So, you know, that's just the time he's been a manager. It's very difficult to say his first season was his when there were two other managers in that regard. And remember, in January, he didn't take over till the tail end because Freddie Ljungberg was doing handovers at that point. So he only really had 4 months as a manager in his first year, and then he won the FA Cup, didn't he? And again, if what he did in those first 6 months was bad, then I don't really understand the whole he's been bad for 3 years and things like that, because in his first 6 months he was beating all the big teams that they're struggling to beat right now. He was beating them. So CJ says, I'm Arteta out, Kuke. We need a world-class manager to push this team forward. And the only thing I can say to you about that, CJ, yes, it would be nice, but a world-class manager would not come to this outfit. First of all the money's been spent already, so he'll have to come in and deal with players that Arteta and Edu have brought in. Secondly, you've got no European football. So is that something a manager actually wants to take on board? Yeah, I'm not sure it is. I'm not sure a man like Conte would want to come in this situation and manage a team with this amount of distortion, not being allowed to actually spend money, because the money that we've spent is going to be repaid over 3 years, 2 to 3 years. So the money that we're going to be spending moving forward is going to be quite limiting, yeah, because we've front-loaded a lot of that spend. So, guys, another chance. Arsenal clear of Lowton's cross, but Westwood recycles play, whips in a brilliant ball. He finds Barnes unmarked. He's got more time than he realizes, guys, but he rushes the header and says it well wide of the target. Arsenal just escape another cross and set piece there. So it's pretty well balanced now. Arsenal dominated the first 10 minutes. Burnley at home, of course, and now starting to sort of find some rhythm into the game. Yeah, it's really like what I see here at the moment, guys. Quite a balanced game. Looks like I'm going to have a job today. I sometimes when you do these streams, very small chances that they find spams, and for some reason today is that day where we've just found some spamming that are going on. Yeah, Neomis, can you hear me? I can't hear you, Neomis.
Oh, sorry. That's my bad. My bad.
Cool K says, Odegaard is going to get so many Ozil style pre-assists. He's going to be so good for us. I agree. CJ saying Conte isn't the only world-class manager out there. Arsenal's job is, so who is the world-class manager? Who would you bring in?
We're not getting a world-class manager, and like Conte's not coming.
Yeah, I'd like to know, CJ, who would you bring in? CJ saying, imagine how reviving Arsenal would look on a manager's CV. It would look fantastic. But imagine what Arteta's CV would look like if he gets this team back into Europe. Yeah, it goes both ways. And I'm with you, bro. Look, I'd love to have a world-class manager come to Arsenal, like Thomas Tuchel or something like that. But there just isn't many options out there, and none of them would really want this job. That's the bottom line. I'm just being a realist, bro. Yeah, it would be nice. And I know your heart is in the right place and you want the best for Arsenal, but I just don't think we are an attractive club to a big time manager right now. I really don't. I don't think we've got a lot to offer a big time manager right now. And from what I've heard through the grapevine of football agents, a lot of big managers won't want to come to Arsenal. And I take those guys' word for it. When I hear things like that, I just move on. I move on from it. I'm not even thinking about a big manager coming to the club because from what I heard, we're just not an attractive proposition. He says Joachim Low will be sitting in Berlin doing nothing, but he's never. What has he done at club football level? And he's run Germany into the ground over the last few years.
Yeah.
So to me, I'm not even. I wouldn't call that a world-class manager.
No, it's like when people talk about like bringing Southgate in. That I just think international football is completely different.
Game's starting to level out a little bit now, guys. In many ways, I agree with CJ, and a lot of fans would probably be saying what he's saying, but the reality is that we're just not an attractive proposition right now.
Hold on.
If you were a manager...
Why are we getting a yellow card?
It's because of a tackle. Barnes leads with his arm into a challenge, which rises up and strikes Tierney's face. So it's not us, it's them. Look, he comes in with his elbow right in Tierney's face. Yeah. But to me, there doesn't seem to be much malice there. But Anthony Taylor issues a yellow despite Arsenal's protest. Arsenal wanted a red card there, guys.
It's good. At least they're trying for it.
Yeah. I think what's good is Arsenal need to get back to the crisp passing. Saka gives the ball to Partey. Partey back to Saka. Saka with Tierney on that left-hand side trying to work the overlap. Burnley's shape looking a bit better now. Odegaard, it's a great ball there. Sambi is just something else, man. Odegaard has a long shot, but it's blocked. It's 2 shots now that Burnley have blocked. Ramsdale coming way off his line to claim that route 1 there. Ramsdale's not having it, man.
He's got to watch out for that. Like, just please be assured.
That's actually good in the fact that he's stopping the route 1 ball. So he's coming out a little bit earlier to stop that from happening. Pepe on the right-hand side just won a corner for Arsenal. Look, I'm going to say another thing with Ramsdale. He came out for crosses 76 times last season, and Bert Leno came out 32 times.
Well, to be honest, he looks like he's that kind of
he's more commanding
goalkeeper. Yeah, like, more so than Leno. I mean, I just think that's just within his nature to always come and kind of command his box in that way.
And the fact that he's done that double that amount of times that Bert Leno has tells you that Bert Leno is not as commanding as you want in a goalkeeper. His distribution's poor. We've got an upgrade in terms of commanding the box, distribution, and set pieces. But I think what I need to see from Ramsdale is his shot blocking. Is his shot stopping as good as Leno's? It might tell you that the last 2 seasons he's stopped more shots than any other goalkeeper, but that's just because the teams he's been on have been trash. So.
I think maybe the next game against Spurs, or more attacking game, attacking team, we might see him be tested there, because that's the only thing that I would say that he really needs to see how he does in this Arsenal side.
It's brilliant. It's brilliant. It's good to see. I feel good, man, because I think. Neomis, it's a hard pill to swallow. In the first two or three games, I buttoned my lip. I really did. I sat down, I watched everyone in the chat get frustrated with our performances, and I didn't say anything because when I did my videos in the midweek, I kept saying to all of you guys, 3 guys injured, 6 guys out on COVID. That's 9 players we're missing. And we were sucking in these bad performances and everything. And I knew things were going to improve simply because we were just going to have better players coming back. So I had to button my lip and hold it down and just try and be patient. And that's why I kept saying, patience, everybody. Patience, man. Let's give it a little bit of time. Let's see what happens.
And you know what? I think you're absolutely right. Let's do see what happens. So far the game's looking good. Um, hold on. In that spreadsheet that we did for the first 10 games,
Mm-hmm.
what was the predictions? Because I can't remember if I gave this one a draw or a loss.
You're right. That's
Because
funny you mentioned that.
I'd still give this game a draw, but I'm not sure if I gave it a loss.
Right, let's have a look now.
Because when after this game, we put it at this would be the 5th game, so we'd be halfway through our predictions.
Yeah, that's correct. I'm just trying to see if I can get back in there and see. Let's have a look.
Okay.
This is with yes, that's right. Okay, it looks like the correct sheet. Let's go to that view and add him in here. So you can see that's what the sheet looks like.
Oh, so I did have this one down as a draw. Okay.
Right. So yeah, you had that down as a draw. Oh God, I lost that. Sorry. I had this game down as a draw as well. Yeah. So yeah, I had this. I had this as a draw. Next week against Spurs as a draw. Brighton as a draw, and I had Crystal Palace as a win. I'm not sure whether that Crystal Palace. Mind you, that Crystal Palace game's at home.
Yeah.
So
I mean, the thing is, right? I watched the Palace game, which I loved. I love the fact that Vieira beat Spurs well. But they've got a lot of weaknesses. They play the way how they play the game flows nicely, but they're not clinical. And I think Arsenal could beat them.
Yeah, very, very, very true. Randy is saying, blessed afternoon, gentlemen. Big shout out to you, Randy.
Afternoon.
CJ saying, Apollo, we didn't compete. No one was expecting us to beat Chelsea and City. Right, yeah, I agree with that.
Very true. Yeah.
That's why people were frustrated and wanted Arteta. Yeah, but I mean, it's not Arteta's fault that 3 guys got injured and 6 people caught COVID. The thing is, when everyone hates the manager, they start to blame him for everything. And over those 2 weeks, CJ, I was doing my best to try to educate Arsenal fans because a lot of them was blaming him for everything. And what I needed to try and set out was he don't do the transfers, he don't do the negotiations. That is on Richard Garlick and Edu. And it just got to a point where I just had to kind of shut the noise off because fans weren't having it. Fans were just, no, Arteta does everything. He manages the whole club. It's from top to bottom. And it was just like, look, if that's what you want to believe in, then you believe in. I can't change people's hatred. And, I know how the clubs run. Yeah, I see these things happen all the time. So I just left it. I just went quiet and just buttoned my lip, held my frustration in, and just waited until all those 9 players came back and that we were able to get bums on seats again and have a bona fide team that we could call our first 11. Having 5 players under the age of 21 years old against those type of teams we were facing was not my idea of a first 11.
Of course, so,
yeah. So I know we were frustrated and everything, but that's just, we were frustrated for all the wrong reasons, in my opinion. So, yeah, that was just me sort of taking that stance on it. So where are we, guys? Aubameyang feeds Pepe into space down the left channel. He darts into the area and gets on the end of the return pass, but it just lacks the power and the precision, and Pope deals with it. But there's nothing between the teams so far. It's a pretty even game. Both teams are struggling to retain possession, and it's just going to be that kind of scrappy game. And why not, guys? It's always like this at Turf Moor. CJ said he predicted 7 points out of 30. Right, CJ, that's
that's too much.
CJ!
Too much. No wonder why you're fervently Arteta out. No, that is a calamity. No, but
CJ, man.
CJ, don't. That's
CJ
not
just
good.
throwing it down like that, you know.
No,
CJ throwing it down like that.
nah, come
Randy's
on,
in
CJ.
stitches.
Come on, CJ. Like that. Nah.
Mad
Arteta's not
thing.
that bad. No, that's
Kuke said Arteta speaking Japanese to Tommy on the sideline. Incredible. It is.
how
It
you
is.
know.
He knows 6
Like,
languages, isn't
what
it?
stream are you watching?
Yeah, he's.
Oh,
The fact that Tommy can speak English as well, you know. So let's just remember that for a second.
yeah.
Oh, mad. So yeah, it's pretty even, guys, at the moment. Arsenal looking really tidy in possession. You know what I love about watching this is when I see Sambi and Partey in the middle, we're not giving the ball away. I'm actually watching a midfield that can control possession. Isn't that nice? When you don't have players in there who are just constantly giving the ball away. I mean, that is so frustrating. That is so frustrating.
oh, Saka's on the. Oh, I think that's a free kick. I don't know where you are, Paulo, but Saka's there dribbling into the box, gets fouled just outside the box, and it looks like we got a free kick.
Nice. Yeah,
But,
so that's right. So Saka introduces himself into the game with a driving run forwards into the Burnley area. He's halted. Westwood. It's Westwood. Westwood clips his heel and he gets booked. It's free kick to Arsenal. Quite a dangerous position, guys. 20 yards out. CJ said he predicted us to lose against Brentford, City, Chelsea, Burnley, Spurs, and Palace and Brighton. Right.
Now I understand your logic, but there's no way we're losing all of those. Not a loss. No.
Man like CJ.
No. Can't be losing to Brighton. Can't be losing to Brighton or Palace.
Mad. Absolutely mad.
Looks like Odegaard's taking the free kick. Am I going to be celebrating like crazy?
Yes, you are. It's a goal.
You're lying. Oh, sweet Lord.
What a absolute stunner. That was out of this world. That was off the chain.
Unbelievable.
Oh my God. I can't believe what I just saw.
Wow.
That was off the chain.
No wonder why you can't get into the England squad, Pope. Jeez.
That was off the chain. And you know, I keep putting a poll up, right? I keep putting a poll up, which is like, who do you prefer, Smith Rowe or Odegaard?
I saw that.
And
I saw, 75% said Odegaard.
Oh man.
Wow.
Okay, so guys, he's been the best player on the pitch by some distance. Martin Odegaard, what a free kick. But the goalkeeper, Pope, was nowhere near it. It's just a phenomenal free kick. He finds the breakthrough. It's just exquisite. It dips perfectly under the wall and under the bar, out of reach of the goalkeeper. That was different class.
Wow.
Different class.
Goal of the month.
That was different class. If Ronaldo would score that, if Cristiano Ronaldo had scored that would have been hailed as goal of the month.
Yeah, that's goal of the month. I'm so, like, that's goal of the month. Goal of the month. That's good.
And like I said to you guys, the game was going nowhere. We were walking into a stalemate, and within that stalemate, it looked like, you know, the midfield was starting to scuffle around and try and sort of build some substance, and the game needed a bit of magic. And boy, did it deliver. Did it deliver? Whoa, that was, and you know, all due respect to Saka, Saka's the one that made the run into the box, won the free kick.
Yeah.
So big shout out to Saka there. Just a phenomenal free kick. That's how you win ball games. That's a game changer right there, man.
Wow.
We haven't had that magic since Alexis Sanchez. Sanchez was a guy who could just pull something out of the bag out of nowhere. Yeah.
When was the last time we had anybody score a free kick? Now I'm thinking about it. Like,
oh, you know what? Was it Willian? I think it might have been Willian.
Oh,
it was
no,
Willian,
no.
you know.
Was it Willian?
Yeah, because remember he couldn't score, and then he had a free kick, and then finally
Okay,
put the ball.
Was that in the Europa League though?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Come, like in the when the pressure is on Arteta and the team like this. Nah, that. Hey, like, listen. If even if you're not an Odegaard fan, man. Like you got to give him top pins for that. Come on,
that was top draw. Let me put this. Put this one out.
Wow,
and save it so I can. That was top draw, guys. Wow. Absolute top draw. CJ says, "I hope Arsenal prove you wrong." Yeah, we're all with you, bro. We all hope that this thing comes to fruition. We're all hoping, bro. We're all hoping. I've got my Arsenal tops piling up behind me. I've got the new away top as well.
Nice.
Yeah, I've got the new away top. 101 represent again. You know me. I'm taking the Rwanda ting, and just slapping it out there. You can see, I've got the Premier League thing over the Rwanda side. I don't do Rwanda, people.
I'm surprised that because there was one year, the first year it came, it was optional. I just thought they would continue with that. Like, it's a shame.
Yeah, boy. I tell you, man. What? Wow. That was different class. So, guys, free kick. Westwood send a free kick to the Arsenal area. Ramsdale comes out and punches it, but gets nowhere near it. And Arsenal managed to clear the lines. I thought that might have been a free kick because you can see Ramsdale getting bodied there. So a lot of people might say he fluffed it, but you could see there should have been a free kick to Arsenal there when Burnley took that free kick. So, yeah. Where's Randy? Randy said, "What link are you guys on?" We're not allowed to provide links, as you know, but all I'm going to say to you is he's goal. That's all I can say to you. He's goal. HESGOAL. That's all I can say to you, bro. Yeah, I don't want to get my channel shut down. CJ said Odegaard first ever away goal for Arsenal. Well, if you saw my Burnley preview yesterday on YouTube, you would have heard me talk about the way how I'm measuring this guy is on an Ozil level. Odegaard 2 years ago in 2019-2020 season with Vitesse scored 9 goals and 12 assists. Those are Ramsey Ozil type numbers. Remember, Ozil used to score 9 to 12 goals a season for Arsenal when Mesut Ozil was here. So I'm measuring Martin Odegaard on those stats right there. I want to see assists, creativity, and goals. We didn't really see too much of that in the latter part of last season. He only had 2 goals, 2 assists. But then, as I said, he came in the end of January. And he was trying to acclimatize himself into the Premier League and things like that. But now he's an Arsenal player. My level for him has just gone, my expectations is way up there.
Yeah,
because
if he could go for that classic number 10 goals, 10 assists, that's what you want. That you can't ask any more than that.
And that is job done.
Yeah.
That is job done.
He exceeds that, and then
look at that free kick.
Come on now, that's got to be our match of the day now. Come, let's get away from these 3 p.m. kickoffs where we're having to use unscrupulous means in order to watch it.
I've got to say to you though, you know why the goal happens, right? Well, apart from Saka, you know why the goal happens. The goal happens because Odegaard hasn't taken a free kick for Arsenal before. 1,
so they don't know. Yeah.
Right. 2, it was a triple dummy. So a triple dummy, guys, is when you've got 3 guys standing over the free kick, and you've got 2 guys in one direction and 1 guy in another. So Thomas Partey and Aubameyang are standing on the left, looking to curl the ball to the right.
Yeah. And that's
Odegaard
why.
standing on the right, looking to curl the ball to the left. So the goalkeeper doesn't actually know
Yeah.
which direction the ball's going in, because what you're looking for in that situation, guys, it's a brilliant set piece.
Yeah.
What you're looking for is for Odegaard to dummy the left side, and Partey or Aubameyang to hit the ball to the right. So as Odegaard comes over for a supposed dummy, he actually hits the ball.
Yeah. Yeah.
Brilliant.
And that's why Pope was about a second and a half too late, because he's more on the right side as though the shot's coming on the right. So he's. Yeah. I don't think he'd have to be a 7-foot goalkeeper to even get fingertips on that.
Yeah, no, nobody could have got to that. Nobody could have got. He gets it over the wall and dips it just in the right way, because the wall was set up for that left, and the goalkeeper had the right coverage. So, as I said, the goalkeeper's expecting Aubameyang or Partey to take that free kick. Odegaard's never taken a free kick for Arsenal before. So, look, Neomis, all I can say to you is these are a couple of fundamental reasons why it's important to have that extra time in the week to work on the pitch in training, to get those little things that you have always wanted to work on, but never had the time to do because you're playing in Europe. So we can put this down to, no,
it's saved. It's saved. Great defending by Gabriel, and I think that was Tomiyasu.
That was Tomiyasu, yeah. So, guys, Barnes latches to a ball that comes over the top. Burnley have got no plan except for just lob balls into the box. That's it. That's their plan.
They're hoping to get a corner. Like, let's just keep them away from getting corners, and we should be fine.
Yeah.
Xhaka's not on the pitch to make stupidity. So we should be good.
Yeah. So the ball comes over. Gabriel and Tomiyasu close in on Barnes, and then Gabriel is the one who actually gets his foot in there and hooks it away. It's a great clearance. Arsenal on the attack again. Arsenal just looking relentless now. Burnley, as you know, guys, are now out of their shape. They're out of their... look at Odegaard just pinging the ball around. I mean, he's just a class of the field. Turney gets wide, tries to get the ball into the box. Burnley clear. Odegaard is just the maestro of Arsenal. He's the maestro. He's the maestro. CJ saying, I don't think Odegaard is an Ozil level of creativity and dribbling ability. I see him as more of a Modric and Tony Cruz. I see him, when Ozil was 21, 22, I see him as an Ozil. I really do. He just reminds me, I do agree with you, though, in terms of Tony Cruz. But ever since I've watched videos of Odegaard, he's just looked like Ozil to me, just exactly where Ozil was when he was 21. The thing, CJ, about these... look, Randy's found it. Randy found the link that we're watching. The thing about it is, CJ, is we always, when we compare players to players, we have to be careful, because Aubameyang, what was Aubameyang when he was 21? Nobody knew about him. Yeah. What was an Aguero at 21?
I think he's a winger as well.
Yeah. What was a Harry Kane at 21? Yeah. What was a Vardy? Vardy was playing non-league football at 21. So we got to be careful when we say this player is like that player, or it reminds me of that player, or because none of those players are really. I mean, Ozil was just out of this world, as you know, with Germany at a 21-year-old. That's what got him a contract with Real Madrid. But when we talk about those players, none of them were really at this level. And we're dealing with a team here at Arsenal that are of a very, very young team, very, very talented. And so it's hard to kind of pinpoint where their levels are. But yeah, I take Tony Cruz. I take that off you. Definitely take that off you. I do agree with that. Nanofo says, Nanofo, I like that name. Says, I hope Arsenal score second goal and protect their lead. Yeah, I agree. As Neomis just said, Neomis said that Burnley are offering very little as far as tactics goes. It seems their main tactic is just to lob the ball into the Arsenal box and hope that they get on the end of it. And so far, Arsenal are dealing with that. We see Arsenal now playing the ball out of the back, and it's just a great ball from Gabriel now that goes to Sambi. but just Sambi just loses possession. Wow, I tell you, I'm still buzzing from that Martin Odegaard goal. I am still buzzing from that goal. Again, Ramsdale out to claim Route 1 balls. See, and that's what I like. Ramsdale knows that they're playing Route 1, so he's playing further off his line now, and anytime the ball comes onto the air, he's right at the edge of the penalty area, and he's picked up the ball 3 or 4 times because of it. He's trying to nullify that game plan. If you have a goalkeeper that's planted on his line, that doesn't happen. That invites Burnley in to play more Route 1 balls. But it's difficult for Burnley to do that because Ramsgate is squeezing them and Gabriel is mastering the clearances right now.
Yeah, I think when it comes to that, the defense, Gabriel has been key to that. You can see where Tomiyasu, and because he could also play at centre back, him dropping into that role at times to help them out. Like we're looking defensively solid. I liked Thomas Partey at that base. Like Apollo, my only worry, not in this game, is when Granit Xhaka is back. What is going to be the decision?
I know what my decision is.
I know what your decision is. I know what my decision is. It's to keep it all the same and don't change anything. But are we going to see Xhaka as a bench rider?
He needs to be. He needs to be.
I don't
Arsenal
see it.
Arsenal just dominating possession right now. Smith Rowe pinging it around to Odegaard and Pepe on the right hand side. Everything is going through Odegaard. Everything is going through Odegaard. Sambi is there to clean it up. The ball comes out right to Pepe. Pepe looks like he's going to swing it in. Now he's cut it back.
Hold on. Is that Sambi or Partey in the midfield?
It's hold on a second. It's Partey in the midfield.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yes, it's Partey. Yeah, it's Partey.
I thought I might have had it wrong.
The ball comes out to Pepe on the right. He quickly puts it in. Oh!
Good shot by Smith Rowe. Good shot.
Just over the bar.
Good shot by Smith Rowe.
Guys in the chat, let me know. Would you prefer to have Xhaka in the team against Spurs just in time to mess everything all up? Spurs, just the game that we need for him to come back and mess everything up for us. Guys, let me know. Would you want Xhaka? Would you want him to come straight back into the team? I'm not even going to put that on the poll on the YouTube channel because I know exactly what you what you like would say.
But I'm liking this. I know people say like it's not all Xhaka's fault, but when you take him out the side and you have Smith Rowe and Odegaard in there, like they deal with the slack.
You know, everybody keeps on saying that, and you know what my answer is? My answer is you have, and when I say this, nobody seems to come back to me with anything. You have Bert Leno, who's had 9 errors leading to goals in the last 3 seasons. Granit Xhaka, 8 errors leading to goals in the last 3 seasons. That is 17 goals that Arsenal have made mistakes on that have given goals to the opposition. 17 goals in 2 players. So when everybody says, it's not just his fault, the plan is to eradicate those. When you look at when you look at Liverpool, when you look at Man United, when you look at Man City and Chelsea, how many of their players make errors leading to goals? How many of their goalkeepers? You saw what Kepa did at Chelsea. He didn't hang around for very long. You saw what what's his name before Alisson came to Liverpool? It begins with S. The Liverpool, was it Simi? I can't remember what their goalkeeper was called.
What, Mignolet?
Was it Mignolet?
Simon Mignolet.
Yeah, Mignolet. You saw what errors he made in Europe, in the Champions League final, and what did they do? That's close. That's close. You can see Pepe there in the middle. It's just that Saka's first touch lets him down. My point is, none of those. If you want to be a top 14, your first job is to annihilate and eliminate your mistakes. So when you see Arsenal fans cheering Leno and cheering Xhaka, to me, that's frustrating because you're cheering mediocrity. You're cheering the fundamental reasons why Arsenal are failing. Yeah? You need to get rid of that. That's what needs to come out of the team. And you need to implement solid foundations, what the top 4 teams have. Because none of those teams are making the mistakes that we're mistaken. Yeah?
Not that much.
Eight errors leading to goals and 5 red cards. That means that Xhaka has let Arsenal have to play 5 times with 10 men on the field against the opposition. And I don't have the data to tell you what results those results ended up in, but I can promise you they couldn't have been that good. I can promise you that the chances of us coming back in that respect wasn't good. Yeah, wasn't good. So it's not just that it's down to those individual people. It's that the team cannot carry people. We need to eliminate those mistakes and errors from the team. Now, I went and talked about Sambi. Sambi has not had a single error leading to goals in the last 2 seasons.
He's brilliant.
He's been captain, and he's only 21 years old.
Absolutely brilliant. Worth every single penny.
Yeah, so when I hear a lot of these people kind of say, yeah, but Xhaka, we got to put him into the team.
No.
That is causing problems with us making any progressions. And if we are going to progress as a team, we need to eliminate those mistakes. So, guys, let me just change this now. It's Arsenal. It's Burnley 0, Arsenal 1, half-time. I'll just update that right there. Randy says, Apollo, it's only the young fans calling for Xhaka. We know what that midfield should be and what the midfield has always been. Yeah, true. I agree. You're never going to get anywhere with a midfield that is just can't keep the ball, can't handle counter-attacks, gives the way a ball in the midfield, makes mistakes, allowing to go. It's just like this. Guys, there's so many reasons, man. But like I said, guys, great first half, by the way. I'll come to Neomis in a second. Let me just give you my overall thoughts. Arsenal lead at Turf Moor thanks to a moment of sheer and utter brilliance from Martin Odegaard. The Gunners have a deserving lead. They've been the better team. Looks like a little bit like last week when we were playing Norwich, where they just lacked a little cutting edge in the final third. But there's plenty for Arteta to be happy about because we look dangerous going forward. Everybody is in the right. There's no square peg and round holes. Everybody is where they need to be. Saka's on the left, getting support on the overlap by Tierney. Pepe is on the right, getting support by Smith Rowe and Tomiyasu on the right side. Odegaard's threading the ball through in the middle, making those runs with Saka. Saka's run into the Burnley defense was the thing that led to the free kick. Aubameyang is running in space, carrying 2 defenders with him everywhere he goes, opening up the space for runners to come into the box. It's working, guys. It might not show it in goals, but remember last week against Norwich, we had 30 shots. So that's the problem. The goals ain't the problem. It's the creativity. And when you need to get to a point where you're having 30 shots, because it's just a matter of times before the goals start coming in. Yeah, that is the positive thing with the performance. So to me, really happy with the first half. Arsenal deserve their lead. Neomis, over to you, bro.
I think the first half has been very good, to be honest. I think we've created quite a lot of chances. I'd be interested to see what the stats say, because just the eye test has shown me that like Arsenal have played well. A brilliant goal from Odegaard, and I criticized him a lot last season, but you know, if he's scoring goals like that, like 10, like even if he scored 5 to 10 goals like that for this season, I'd be happy with that. Just a really incredible goal. That has to be goal of the month. Definitely for Arsenal. But should probably get Premier League goal of the month. Defensively, I think we've been solid. I like the formation that we have here. The fact that we're able to really properly play Smith Rowe and Odegaard in the same side, and it's done very well. And for me, the reason why I think it works is because Xhaka's not in the side. Because you have a lot of the time, even though Odegaard is, I guess a lot of people will see him as the number 10, a lot of the time he's dropping back into that kind of Xhaka role to play along, to play closer to Partey, really kind of pulling the strings, threading the ball through nicely, giving good passes out to the wings, to whether it's Tierney or Pepe or Saka, and it's flowing nicely. Which is why I brought up the question in and around Xhaka, because now that we see that we don't need him, I fail to see how he gets into the squad, even if players are injured. For me, when you got a guy on the bench in Sambi and you got Maitland-Niles there to partner him, I think in terms of depth, it's looking nicely. But I just think we just need to be consistent to keep on going. Getting another goal would be brilliant. We saw from the beginning, like both of us called this as a draw. So if Arsenal could just prove us wrong, that'd be great. I'd love to get the 3 points against Burnley, because I think Burnley is a bit of our bogey side, and this is a side that we didn't even beat last season, or we only got a loss and a draw. So I want to see more of the same. If we could try to get Aubameyang in there more, that'd be great. I think that'd give us more of an opportunity to score goals. But yeah, I think we're doing all the right things, which is what every Arsenal fan should want, whether you like Arteta or you like the signings or you don't like the signings or the manager. Like, we're doing the right things here, and we're seeing consistency, which is what we all want, which is what we've all seen what the problem is. So yeah, loving how it's going.
Excellent. So, guys, let me see what you guys are saying in the chat room. Johansson says Smith Rowe needs to add goals to his game. Yeah, I agree.
Sure.
I think that's the most frustrating thing at the moment in his game. But last week he came on and changed the game for us, which I thought was fantastic. And remember, he did it the post. He's actually hit the post twice this season.
Yeah.
Last week he did, and against Chelsea as well. So it's there, bro. It's just a little frustrating that it's having to take those sort of turns before it happens for him. Kuke says, love these guys. Johansson says, overall, it's been a solid first half. I agree. 18 says, Neomis really compliments Apollo so well on streams. Cheers. Thanks, mate. Kuke says he should do 18. They're both YouTubers. Yeah. Hey, if we didn't, then we wouldn't be doing our jobs properly, would we, guys?
Exactly.
Oh, and before I carry on, I just want to say thank you to everybody and all those new subscribers. We're over 6,000 subscribers now. I can't believe it. I'm still blown away by it. So I just want to say thank you to everybody for all of your commitment. I really do appreciate, guys. You have no idea. I had no idea. If you told me a couple of years ago that I would have 6,000 subscribers at this point, I would never have believed you. I'm just here to have fun with you guys, man, and just try my hardest to provide you with good, solid content. And also, I'm here to just provide you guys with a realistic view as well. A lot of my views might be different to many Arsenal YouTubers, but I kind of, Bertram says it sometimes. Sometimes I don't follow the narrative. I don't follow all the scaremongering, and I don't follow all the Arteta out and all this stuff. I don't follow all of that. I give you my opinion, and I give you what I feel is right. And a lot of people like to say that this is a positive Arsenal YouTube channel. Look, don't get us wrong. When we need to, we will trash the team. Yeah, don't get it twisted. don't get it twisted. I made 2 or 3 rant videos last month, which is very unconventional for me, but I had to make them because you got to call it out when you got to call it out. However, I love this team. I got a phone call from one of our supporters this morning. CJ is London. You guys know him on the forum. And he phoned me up and he said, Apollo, I really appreciate what you're doing. It's nice for him to call me and say that to me, because he said, there's so much negativity in the fan base right now, and some fans just want to come to a platform where the support for the team is always positive, and I'd like to think that we can actually bring that to you guys. But as I said, when they mess up, we will call it out. Don't get it twisted, man. Don't mix no bones about it. when them guys need slapping up, we can fling the slaps all day long. So Bertram, how are you doing, bro? And what's your overall assessment of the first half? You can do the scores at halftime scores as well, Bertram, since you just came in.
Things are going well. Look, I think the game fluctuated, right? We started out well, penetrating, and then they took charge. They got comfortable, and then we took charge again. So the game has swayed somewhat. I wasn't totally comfortable with the lineup. I thought we're too aggressive in terms of the selection. I thought Sambi should be playing beside Partey. I do want to see that combination because I think Burnley is very, very physical. As you can see, Saka is getting manhandled in a lot of instances, even though he's playing okay. I thought the Smith Rowe situation, he's getting in Pepe's way. You need to create more isolation in the wing. I'm not seeing Smith Rowe. I thought we'd play Odegaard in Smith Rowe position and have Odegaard come deep for the ball because Partey can wiggle out of trouble and progress the ball.
Yeah, I agree with that, Bertram. I agree with that, Bertram. Last week, it was Sambi that started and Smith Rowe was the one that came on to change the game. I think that exactly what you said might mean that it will be Sambi coming on to shore the game up and Smith Rowe coming off.
Yeah, and look, I mean, I think Odegaard is playing well. Apart from the goal, I think he's coming deep and he's making the passes out wide. He's comfortable on the ball. So he doesn't feel the same pressure he felt like in the Man City game. So look, I mean, I think Ben White needs to play better. He's getting caught out of position and Gabriel is saving him a couple of times.
Yes,
he needs to be better positioned, anticipate the pass coming over the top. Because we know this is going to play. You're going to have the forward running off you. So move before the forward does. Don't wait until the ball gets played, then look to move, which is part of the problem he's facing. But apart from that, I think we're pretty comfortable, actually. I like Tomiyasu right back. He's not bumming forward as much as Tierney. Here's my problem with Tierney. We can't keep doing these aimless crosses to no one. It's a turnover, and I get frustrated with it. So look when Pepe gets the ball. He's looking for someone in the box to pass the ball to. Once in a while, he make an image. All the Tierney's crosses, he's not picking on a player to get the ball to the player, right? You can't keep crossing the ball in the box and it gets turnover. That's a bad play.
That's a good point. That's a good point. When Pepe's in that position, Bertram, if he doesn't see the cross there, he'll play it back to Odegaard.
Yes, you got to keep the ball. People don't realize there's a turnover when you cross the ball in the box. And we said we put in 50 crosses and 40 are aimless. That's frustrating, right? Yeah. Apart from, look, I think we just got to keep our composure. I think Burnley's getting half chances here and there, but we have a beast in the middle in Gabriel who's very, very physical and who can handle the more robust nature of those forwards. But we do have to try to score another goal. We can't afford for them scoring and we get nervous. And you know, when we get nervous, what happens to us? So hopefully we can get another one in the net and see out the game.
And remember, guys, I do want to bring a couple of things up. Bertram, you didn't do the scores, by the way. So, guys, Liverpool are leading at Crystal Palace. Man City, I think that's the biggest surprise there. And I say it's the biggest surprise because when we did our Premier League review, we said that Southampton were getting relegated. All of us agreed. And it doesn't look like that way at the moment with Southampton. Southampton are playing solid football. So I think, to me, if I had to say who's the biggest surprise of the season, I think it would be, I'm not surprised with Brentford. I told you guys they beat 4 Premier League teams in the Cups last season. So Brentford are not surprising me. But Southampton, I think I'm surprised with what they're doing. Norwich and Watford are drawing as well. 1-1 is pretty much what we expected from Tony and Bertram did the Premier League show last night. So if you guys missed it, please go and check that out. But the scores are not really surprising me at the moment. The second thing is Arsenal are unbeaten in their last 20 Premier League matches when leading at half-time. In those games, they went on to win 17 of the times and draw 3 of the times. So this is something that me, Nabil, and Bertram were talking about last year. If you come out the blocks and have a good first half and you're Arsenal, you pretty much are halfway there because this team has been known to not really blow leads away. It's been it's a very Arteta thing. So when you do get an early goal, you don't end up losing a game, and that's a good position to be in. It's a good skill to have. But
Apollo, here's another thing that we don't realize. So we have a lot of skilled players surrounding Aubameyang. When the ball goes to him, it doesn't stick. So Partey like to progress the ball in tight spaces to our offensive players. So does Odegaard. And you don't have a Lacazette type player who can stop it and lay it off left or right. Abba doesn't do that. So it becomes a challenge because you need that player up top if you're going to have those skilled players around him, like a Giroud does to feed off them. He doesn't provide that. You're going to see if Arteta sticks with him.
Yeah, would you agree with that, Neomis?
He almost disappeared.
Oh. He's probably gone off to get a drink. I do have to agree, but the one telling thing in this game that's important, Bertram, is analysing what Burnley are doing and what Arsenal are actually doing to counter-attack. Arsenal are playing the ball through way from the back into attack. They're moving the ball so quickly in the midfield. It's really weird when you see Xhaka in the midfield and how slow our build-up players compared to this team, where the ball is, there's no sideways or backwards. Everything is just moving forward at pace. There's very few times you'll see the midfield guys pick up the ball and then it goes backwards into Gabriel and Ben White. The ball is moving forward into Odegaard so quickly, and he's got runners left and right. The options are there with Turney and Saka on the overlap on the left, and with Pepe and Tomiyasu backing him up and Smith Rowe on the right. There's so much options. We're not seeing a lot of backward and sideward play at the moment in this team, and that's a delight to see. But I digress. Burnley is just route one. Everything is being lobbed into the box on the penalty area, hoping for Woods and Barnes to get on the end of it. And that's not a good tactic to have when you have a guy like Gabriel in there. And I do agree Gabriel's bailing out Ben White on a few occasions, but we've even seen Tomiyasu run into the middle and try to get clearances as well. So whatever Burnley's doing at the moment, Bertram, it's not working.
I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to cut out the supply through the middle from Partey. So they're not pressing real high and real tight. It's a half-hearted press, but it's in our half because they want to stop the ball going to Partey to make that pass because he makes final pass from deep. And they allow us to play wide to Gabriel and to Ben White, and we can go back and forth. They don't really care. They want to, Odegaard is getting the position because we play the ball out wide and he comes to get it, and he's very aggressive to get the ball. You see that play by Ben White a while ago? He's not impressing me. He's not impressing me. When you pass 50 mil, you can't afford to be playing like that.
He'll improve.
He better improve, as he will hear it. He better improve. It's not like he's a player that's coming into the league, He's been in the league for a little while now.
Well, Bertram, remember, he's only had 30 starts.
Yeah, I know, but he played for Leeds in the Championship, which is pretty physical. Then he played for, right? And then he went and played for Brighton for a whole season. So
guys, this is what I wanted to show you. Look how inch perfect. I actually should have put a circle around this because it doesn't look. I'm not sure whether you lot can see the ball in this picture.
Yeah.
Look how
it's a very good goal.
Look how inch perfect that he gets the ball. Here's the post, so you can see where he's swinging the ball in, and the goalkeeper, as I said, it's a triple dummy on the actual free kick spot, and the goalkeeper just doesn't have he just haven't got a clue how to even defend that. But yeah, we picked the game up in the second half, guys. Arsenal carry on exactly where they left off. Odegaard has the ball. It's just a wasted ball there. Guys, I'm on 47 minutes and 40 seconds. Where are you at?
We're playing in slow motion. I'm at 48:30. Okay. Playing in slow motion. Saka picked the ball up, have time and space, and turn the ball over. There's no reason to turn the ball over there. I won't say much.
Well, I think what Odegaard probably wanted was Saka to make the run. No, I'm not sure. You're watching on NBC Sports Network.
A friend of mine just texted me, said the game is too big for Saka.
He said what?
He texted me, said the game is too big for Saka. That's funny. I don't think the game is too big for him. I don't think he's having the best game. He's advocating for Lacazette to come in the game. He's a Laka fan.
Bertram, you wasn't with us in the first half when I was talking about the tactics. What it looks like is So obviously Burnley's trying to get the ball into the box to cause havoc. What Arsenal have done is they've pushed Ramsdale out further to the edge of the penalty area to deal with the Route 1 balls. There's been 3 times where the balls come over the top and Aaron Ramsdale has been there to clean it up. And it's making it very difficult for Burnley now to get the ball into the box. When they have, it's caused problems, but they just haven't got it in there quick enough. They have a corner at the moment right now. Arsenal looks like they've dealt with it very well. Oh, a few deflections and ricochets there. Look,
I think I'm ahead of you guys, but it's not.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the chaos. Anytime the ball's in the Arsenal box, Burnley are just looking for that advantage because it's just chaos. But Arsenal deal with it well.
Gabriel is dealing with it well because Gabriel is everywhere. I don't see Ben White. I mean, I'm getting frustrated. Ben White is not in the play.
But Ben White was the one that just, if you look at the replay here and the ball ricochets, Ben White's the one that actually clears the header as the ball come on. They're looking for handball, but there's no handball in there.
It was handball, but it wasn't deliberate. It hit Pepe's hand, but it wasn't deliberate.
So there's a good clearance from Ben White there, but then the ball dropped at the back end of the right-hand side, and a shot came in, but again, Ramsdale dealt with it. Look, this is, in boxing, you'd call this a puncher's chance. There's no tactics here from Burnley. It's just a puncher's chance.
Don't let McNeil cross it. Don't let him cross it.
I think
He's a very good crosser. He's not a good goal scorer. He's a very good crosser, McNeil. They are getting too many corners. Eventually, they'll put one in the net. Too many corners. Because we're not the biggest stature team between Saka and Smith Rowe. Tomiyasu is not overly tall. I mean, come on, Arsenal, settle down.
Yeah, we just need to get the ball back in possession in the midfield at the moment. Burnley are just whipping so many balls into the box, just desperately trying to get on the end of something. Burnley have got another corner at the moment. Guys, I'm on 51 minutes and 10 seconds.
Yeah, I'm ahead of you, Apollo.
I'm at 6 seconds. Yeah.
Carlito, big shout out to you, Carlito. Carlito says Odegaard's goal really masked our poor play in the first. I thought we played well in the first half. I thought we played as well as we did with Norwich, and we struggled to create chances. Need to be better in the second half. I do agree with that.
Gotta do better with that. Come on.
Cool K saying not exactly great stuff, but you'd hope with the benefit of being in front, we'll be able to punish Burnley as they begin to chase the game.
You can't shoot it. Cut it back with your left foot. Cut it back right there. Cut it back.
Randy's saying we just keep winning games. It will build confidence and leave the team to gel players like Xhaka or Deadwood and keep playing the youngsters. I agree. This is it, guys. This is the way we have to go forward. Oh, it's a great ball.
I'm on Saka. Smith Rowe. Take a shot.
That was Smith Rowe. Smith Rowe's got to do better than that, man.
What he should have done was cut it back. Just cut it back.
He should have put his boot through it, Bertrand.
He was off balance. He was a little bit off balance. If he cut it back, he's
look. That's a good pass from. That's a good pass from Aubameyang.
It's a good pass from Aubameyang.
Yeah, he could have. He was well weighted. Randy's saying CJ is my family as well. Yeah, when I talked to him this morning, he was telling me that you and him have known each other since the 1980s. Yeah, that's brotherhood, man. That's brotherhood. That's like me and Tony Cox. I first met Tony Cox in 1979. We went to secondary school together. So
Tierney can go down, boy. Tierney's always on the ground. I don't know if he just like contact or he's always in contact, but this is the third time he's been on the ground today.
Yeah, for real, man, for real.
It's on the ground. You guys it's not his fault, but it just happens.
It's the physical players that he always has trouble with.
Yeah, guys, let's have some perspective in this room, can we? This is Burnley away. This is never an easy game for it. This is Burnley have survived in the Premier League. As I said in my preview yesterday, they've survived because of their home form. Their away form is atrocious. They give teams a tough time at Turf Moor. So this is not an easy game, guys. Yeah, let's keep a perspective on where we are at the moment.
Well, we have our
I
two
agree.
centre backs who we're going to be using going forward. Hopefully, they can stay injury free. So I think Gabriel loved these kind of physical games. They work really well for him.
Yeah, and I agree with your point last season when you're saying he needs to. Gabriel plays like the house is on fire.
Yeah,
he needs to calm down. And look, he's only 23. He's just turned 23, actually, and that will probably come with age as he begins to settle and calm himself down. You heard the saying, Bertram. You need to slow down in order to speed up, and that's the very definition of where Gabriel is in his game. So another chance, guys, with Arsenal. Arsenal shifting through the gears, and in my opinion, they should have doubled their lead. But as I said, Smith Rowe has to be more clinical there.
They got to be practicing that.
Yeah. And look, for Arsenal, you are defending a 1-0 lead. You're not 1-0 behind. So you should obviously look to play possessional football. That's a great touch there by Tierney to Saka, who's offside. Oh, he's offside. Saka's offside. What a first time touch there from Tierney. That was quality.
And then the ball to Tierney, I think that was from Ben White. Very nice.
you came past to save your life.
So Burnley look like they're going to make a substitution. In my review, I talked about their new signing from the Ivory Coast, who has yet to play for them. It looks like he's going to come on now.
I like how Pepe is playing. Pepe has learned to play defense.
Yeah,
he's providing a lot of cover for Tomiyasu, which is great, actually. I don't know where Saka is playing, though, because he's not playing really wide. He's playing almost inside and having Tierney roam along the left. So it's a really interesting formation, actually.
Yeah, I agree.
Tomiyasu is not getting much as forward, so it's unbalanced. It's almost like you're playing three at the back, almost, in a sense.
Yeah, Tomiyasu is not having as great as effect today as he did last week, simply because he's not getting forward. He is staying at home a lot.
I think that's by design, actually. I think they want to utilize Tierney down wide left to bring the cross in, but that's not been effective, actually.
But Bertram, you have to remember what you just said is the very definition of a 4-3-3. Last week wasn't a 4-3-3. It was more of a 3-4-3 and a 4-2-1-3. Today, it's definitely a 4-3-3. So that's why I think that we're seeing Tomiyasu in a more of a stay-at-home role.
I think it's more like a 3-4-3 because Tomiyasu's staying home and Tierney's going forward. And Gabriel is covering for Tierney quite a bit. Partey is not doing the covering. Gabriel is doing the covering. Even though Odegaard is playing more left than Partey. It's an interesting construct, actually.
That guy looks built like Antonio, man. That's the new signing from the Ivory Coast guys.
Oh.
Burnley make a double substitution. Coronet is the guy who I talked about from the Ivory Coast. He's their new signing. He hasn't played for them. No, he's from the Ivory Coast.
No, sorry. Did he play in France? Sorry.
Yeah, he did. Yes, he did. Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard of this guy. I haven't seen him play.
So I'm surprised, Bertram.
Huh?
Bertram. So
yeah?
Barnes was the guy who was doing the Route 1 stuff, and it wasn't working. So Barnes has come off.
Okay.
They've taken Barnes and Westwood off, and it's Vidra and record signing Maxwell Cornet who's on the pitch. Yeah, look, that Route 1 stuff wasn't working, and Burnley are now on Plan B.
Aubameyang can get a nice pass at your feet in a comfortable position so you can do something with it. He passed the ball. I don't know where he passes the ball. Like his passes are never in your strides in a comfortable space. They're up in the air flicks. They're behind you. I don't like to watch Aubameyang play. Until he's scoring, I don't want to watch him play.
He'll score today. I can feel it. I'm becoming more optimistic about this game as every minute that goes past.
Maybe I'm spoiled by people like Giroud who plays the ball right at your feet so you can do something with it.
Giroud is just class, and I miss that guy.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
No, please.
No, they didn't score. They didn't score. They came close. I told you, we've stopped panicking the box. The ball comes in the box. We have Burnley playing the ball through us. Burnley, for Christ's sake. Burnley breaking us down with 1-2s, and we are like, the kid come on almost scored his second kick. Ramsdale does command the air though, which is good. I don't think Leno's getting his game back.
I mean, he's on the way out. I mean, there's really no point.
Save
Great save.
Yeah, Aaron Ramsdale. Aaron Ramsdale.
I think they promised the kid I think they promised him that he got to be backup. Why would he sign that contract? The kid in the academy.
Yeah,
he keeps Estonia. Yeah, he just signed a new contract, right? I'm sure they promised him that.
Well,
that's a great save there by Aaron Ramsdale.
Fine.
Guys, Burnley looking really hungry here at the moment now, and this is the tactic. So the route one tactic failed.
Yeah, Sambi's coming in. Good change. Right change. Who's coming out? Is it Smith Rowe or Saka?
I hope it's Smith Rowe.
Got to be Smith Rowe. Has to be.
Facebook user says.
Yep, Smith Rowe.
Janssen is so frustrated.
He looked despondent, but he wasn't in the game.
To watch his team attack, so little movement in pursuit. Guys, they're going to get better at doing this, man. Give him a little bit of time to grow. And it's G. It's G. What's going on, William? What's going on, William? William, my brother from another mother in the US. Big shout out to all of Maryland and VA. Massive. Big shout out to Hagerstown. What's going on, William? I haven't spoke to William in ages, actually, because I haven't been online.
So, Apollo, those referees, are they Redskins fans that in the Giants game the other day? Were they Redskins fans?
I have no idea. I mean,
the way they made that call and that touchdown by the quarterback.
That was really bad. Yeah, that was never awful. that was never holding. That was never a holding call.
But anyway.
That was never a holding call. Both teams who just didn't want to win. It's going to be a lot more of a tactical game, guys, because Burnley are now going to be playing the ball through the midfield, which look, they're not really good at. They're not really good at it, but they've got some players. Yeah, it definitely would, because now we can proper play them on the counter attack.
Yeah.
So, guys, just in case we missed it, Maxwell Cornet, the new signing, was denied a perfect start as a Burnley player with a good reflex save from Ramsdale. His introduction is telling us now what Burnley are going to be doing. Burnley are going to be more attacking. And look, it's a little bit scruffy because Burnley's not really good at all of that stuff and intricacy.
So, Burnley just attacked. I'm sorry, guys. They have another corner. We're getting breakaways, and we're not composed when we get the breakaways to make it count.
That's a poor ball there from Saka.
Come on, Pepe.
Look, it was that was Pepe. That was a poor ball from Pepe.
I mean, he could have gone out wide the other way. He could have gone right, left, anywhere, apart from what he did.
I don't think there's nothing wrong with the pass. It's just the pace on it. It wasn't weighted right. It needed to zip it in there. I mean, this really suits us as well.
Come on, we got to score another goal. I'm not comfortable with a 1-0 lead. We need to put the ball in the net.
Right, guys, let me just go and get a drink.
All right.
Oh, God.
Are you at 62 minutes where this corner is? Are you ahead of that?
62:56.
Okay, you're about 30 seconds ahead then.
I would change Abba for Lacazette.
Oh, sorry, I tried to do what you guys do.
What?
No, I don't know how to. Sometimes you guys put your screen and make it go black.
Yeah.
Why haven't I done that here?
Just click on your camera.
Is it because you're the host? Is that why?
I mean,
that shouldn't make a difference. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's why. All right, I'll be back in a second, guys.
All right. Yeah, I think we need Lacazette on. I know he's in the doghouse because he doesn't want to sign a new deal, but he's here. Let's use him. Oh, come on, we gotta get forward.
That's not a foul? Wow. Jesus.
They're just trying to play the ball out from the back.
Yeah, and that's fine. They're doing okay doing it. It's just the final ball is so poor. The final ball lacks quality. Lacks quality. It's just poor. The final ball when you're in the area and around the 18, where you need that little differentiation, it's not happening.
Yeah.
And that's by everyone, actually. It's not by one person, it's just by everyone. And it's not like
I'm
they have a
hoping that
ton of
that's
pressure. It's not like you're having a lot of pressure. That's why you're making a mistake. I can understand if pressure is on you, but I don't understand why you're making these simple mistakes in dangerous areas.
maybe it's just confidence due to the kind of the new way that we're playing, and I'm just hoping that now playing once a week will actually help with that, because like a lot what you're talking about in the final ball, a lot of the times it's either passing it to the right person or the weight of the
Our
pass.
passing is woeful in the final third. Naomi, you have to see this.
No, but that
Woeful.
can it improve though?
Ah,
Because I
this
like
is about 4 or 5 times in the last 5 minutes, you know.
I know, because was it Pepe had a chance where he tried to cut it back, but the accuracy of it was all wrong, so Aubameyang couldn't get it. If Aubameyang had, goal scoring opportunity right there.
So what time are you on?
I'm at 65.
Okay. You're a little behind me.
Yeah, I think if we get the right type of striker, I think we definitely could improve. Um, yeah, Aubameyang isn't the one. He's been a great servant though. Oh, nice cross. Oh.
I think we're out of ideas. When we get in the final third, we're out of ideas. That's part of the challenge.
Well, I think because I mean I think you've said it like tons of times. Just because our forward play is a little bit limited, so we could only really play one way, and that's to play the
Yeah.
feet.
Yep. Yeah, we're
Like,
gonna play around with this game.
Right
They're gonna
now,
score a goal.
he's
We're gonna play around,
surrounded.
play
Like
around,
the
play
only way.
around. Oh, right, boy. Penalty. Ben White, as we know he would all game, gave away a goddamn penalty. As we know he would all game because he's been playing poorly. Got the ball to play back to his keeper, played it short. Played it short. Let's see what VAR says.
I'm no even
has the ball to play back and he plays the ball too slow. Did he touch the ball or did he touch the? Wait, let me see something.
Oh my God!
No, that's not a penalty. That's not a penalty. It shouldn't be a penalty anyway. Should the keeper touch the ball and he's dived? That's not a penalty. He may still get the penalty. No, that's not a penalty. That's not a penalty. That's not a penalty. Let's see if he calls a penalty. He called a penalty initially. It should not be though. Let's see VAR. It should not be a penalty. But Ben White again making mistakes. Ben White making the mistakes again. Keep saying that. Making mistakes again.
It looks like he might have gotten a knee to it. Hold on.
I thought he touched the ball. He touched the ball. He touched the ball. No. I thought he touched the ball, right? Yeah, he touched the ball. He touched the ball.
He touched the ball.
A clear ball. Why are you waiting? It should not be a penalty. Wave it off. Wave it off. Yeah. He touched the ball. Why are you going to the VAR? The VAR call it. I don't understand why VAR is sitting into the monitor. He touched the ball. Show him the right angle.
No, because there was contact with the goalkeeper, but
but he hit the ball and then he hit the keeper.
Yeah.
I touched the ball, you touched me. That means you can't be in the right. It's not a penalty.
Yeah,
That's Ben White again. I keep telling you, you keep making mistakes. No penalty. No penalty. It's not a penalty. He touched the ball. He touched the ball. Then the man touched him. So it can't be a penalty. It can't be a penalty.
Because it's that trailing leg that he just leaves out, and then that touch.
No, but he went for the ball, right? So when you hit the ball, your leg is still out there. You can't pull it back. And then he hit over. He hit your leg to go over. So it's not a penalty now. But that's Ben White again.
That's brilliant.
Suicide ball.
Have you been keeping an eye on William Saliba and his performances lately?
William Saliba is having fun for Marseille. They're unbeaten, aren't they?
Yes, they are. William Saliba and Guendouzi have been playing very well.
Yeah, well, we have Ben White for £50 million. I'm sure he's going to do well. I hope he does well for his sake, because he hasn't started off well. You're playing for a big team now where you're going to be much more scrutinized. You got to play better.
Eventually, I think he'll come good. I think the problem he's always going to have is to do with his height. I think he's always going to be seen as the weak link.
Well, they want a ball playing center half, but he's not. He's not physical. He's not playing well. He's not playing well. We're getting so many chances in dangerous areas, but we're not doing anything with them.
So you guys, sorry, right decision?
Yeah, no, yes. I called it before. I called it earlier.
Yeah, right decision.
It wasn't a penalty.
I tried
it looked
to
like
type.
a penalty.
I tried
but
to.
That was a suicide ball. It was a suicide ball by Ben White.
Yeah, I had to go off and get my lunch while you lot was doing that. You can see my lunch.
That's
here.
their warning.
That looks healthy, actually.
It's
that looks like Ronaldo's lunch.
Well, it's nice.
It's smoked trout.
What's that, smoked salmon?
Avocado, smoked trout. Smoked trout, avocado
healthy.
salad.
That's a very healthy meal.
So guys, so basically what had happened is Vidra pounces on White's poor pass back to Ramsdale. He makes contact. He clearly makes contact with it. VAR agrees. Anthony Taylor has been instructed to consult the monitor. He does so, and it's just a matter of seconds before the decision is overturned. Ramsdale, again, we talked about this last week about his ability to come out and play with the ball with his feet. He does make contact with it, clears the ball. It's a great decision. And not just that, guys, but it's good goalkeeping. It's good goalkeeping.
Come on, Tomiyasu, make your mind up quickly. Come on. The kid from the Ivory Coast they brought on seemed like he can play.
Yeah, he's good. I was watching him a couple of years ago and wondering why he wasn't in the Premier League. Good player.
But Arsenal were rumoured with him at one point, like quite a few years ago.
It's a dogfight now.
Yeah, his hold-up play there was real nice. I think Burnley got a corner. Yep. Judging from Bertrand's reaction, nothing happens.
It's a dogfight. It's a dogfight right now.
Yeah, we're just scrambling. We're scrambling.
Hey, but listen, Bertrand, remember I talked about perspective. This is Turf Moor, Bertrand. Ain't nothing changed. The same thing, the same type of game that we had against Stoke, Bolton back in the days. These games ain't changing, man. They're always going to be a fight.
We're struggling to get out of our area. And Tierney looks like he's injured or something. Oh, he has cramps. Why are you picking him up? He's down on the ground trying to stretch his leg out, and the Burnley player trying to pick him up. Not realizing that he probably has cramps or something.
Oh, come on, Pepe. Got to do better. Come on, ref. That's a foul.
Good play by Tomiyasu. Tomiyasu's just missing an inch or so.
He's a good defender. That's fair. He's a good defender. We're gonna make some changes. It looks like, or one change. Who's coming off? Is it Tomiyasu? Maitland-Niles is coming on. Thomas Partey is coming off. Is that right? Wow.
Yeah.
We're going to Partey. We're going to go back to a Sambi.
For
Maitland-Niles. So probably clearly a 4-2-3-1, I guess.
3-1. Wow. I'm so happy to see Maitland-Niles and Arteta have kissed and made up, and that he's getting opportunities again.
Well, look, you gotta throw a tantrum to get game. If that's what you gotta do, that's what you have to do.
Yeah, true.
You gotta do what you have to do. It seemed to have worked.
Having him in that midfield, his job right now should be to work hard and defend where needed. That's all he needs to do.
We're scrambling. We're scrambling. We're not settled. We're not putting the ball on the ground. We're not spreading them out. We're not letting them chase us.
Oh, look who is in the building. Gareth Southgate.
Maybe come to look at Amen.
Yeah. Yeah.
He gave him one cap to time up.
CJ says that Ben White has been targeted today by Burnley, and he's saying that Southampton are sticking it to Man United. What's going on there?
You mean
Man
City?
What?
Yeah, what's going on?
Man City is they still haven't fixed their up front situation.
Let's have a look and see what's going on.
Whenever Pep decides to get over this idea that you could just play midfield players,
it's still 0-0 there.
Yeah, Liverpool leading 1-0. The games are close.
Watford 2-1 up against Norwich.
Yeah, the games are close. We just need to see out this game.
Mm-hmm.
We need another goal.
Arsenal at the moment are in 12th position in the league.
I can't believe. Like, I call this one down as a draw, Paula, as you showed the spreadsheet. So if Arsenal was to do this, it's better than what I expected.
Yeah, really me too. I think did Bertram go for a win on this?
No, I went for one.
Remember.
I don't remember what I went for, actually.
It might have either been a loss or a draw. Not many people call this game as a win.
No, I wouldn't have called it a loss. I don't think Burnley scores enough. They haven't scored a goal from open play.
Yeah.
No, but it's all set pieces. I'm not sure but the game's not over. We still got a long time to go.
Let's have a look at Bertram. Bertram went for a
win, I think.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
for a win.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, okay, wow.
Well, let's see if he holds up, because right now they have a long throw.
Bertram, you're a better man than me. You is a better man than me.
Come on, Pepe.
You know me, man. I wasn't giving this team nothing.
Lord. Arsenal. I used to watch Arsenal, and I would sit back, have my big cup of tea up, relaxing for another massacre in the day. Because I know we're going to go, run riot, play beautiful football. I can really enjoy it. Nowadays, I just sit on my pins and needles and just hope the game. We should put the game to be. I can't enjoy the game. We should put the game to be blown off. Blow it off, referee. I can't enjoy football anymore with Arsenal.
My prediction though was 1-0 to Arsenal.
Yeah, I think Tavares is on it. Tierney's off, and Tierney's always injured. I don't know what's the story with him.
So, what's happened? The substitutions was Partey. Maitland-Niles replaced Partey. I don't think any other substitutions have been made. No, they haven't. Half chance. Burnley, Lowton whips in a cross from the right. It results in the first opportunity that has fallen for Chris Wood. So their striker has had his first shot after 76 minutes.
We just made another change. Tierney was taken off for our new left back,
Tavares.
Yeah.
Tierney looks like he's picked up a knock.
Tierney always picks up a knock. Hopefully,
every time Tavares comes on for Tierney, Tavares is just like, yeah, whatever, man. This is why I was brought here. On the other move, McNeil tries to catch Ramsdale out on his near post, which is what beat Bert Leno in the game against Brentford in week 1. But Ramsdale's having none of it, and he has it covered and pushes it into the side, Nathan. G said, really enjoying what I'm seeing from Ramsdale, James Hanbury. I haven't seen James Hanbury today. CJ said, it's still 0-0, but they are dominating City. All right, yeah. Cheers, mate. Tavares will get us a goal, says Randy. Look, I gave Saka 5.5.
Come on, take Saka off the field now. I'm getting frustrated. Take him off. Take him off.
Come on. Oh my God, Saka. What is that?
He should have been pulled already. He's been having an atrocious day.
That's the second kind of bad.
He's doing it all game. It's not 1 or 2 times. He just did it again, Neomis. You're going to see it again, Neomis. You just saw one. You're going to see it.
No. Oh, no.
Too many.
No, I just think that, like I said in my preview, he's just burnt out. He played too much football, man. Need a rest. A proper rest.
I'm open for that.
A proper rest.
Who else have we got that can play wide?
I mean, we're playing MK Dom, so don't.
You have Martinelli. You have Martinelli.
Oh yeah. I keep forgetting about Martinelli.
I know he's a forgotten man, but he's still there. So we're starting to walk the ball now. We're trying to play. Burnley seem like they're getting tired. They're just jogging.
Sorry, guys, if I'm low on the commentary, I'm trying to enjoy my lunch.
No. That's fine. You should do a bit of what's this man? The guy's called Ainsley something, where you show the food and how nice it takes and really go into the nice little seasons. Scrumptious.
I love it when he it's like he's making love to the food when he's making it.
Burn just made a change of Jordan Rodriguez. I'm not sure.
There's a lot of memes on him as well, He's got a lot of memes.
Rodriguez just came on for Wood, so they're taking out their 2 strikers.
Yeah, they're looking for that mobility. But this is a win that I didn't see Arsenal getting.
We need another goal. We're playing scrappy. We need another goal. We're going to play around and give away a goal.
Look, Bertram trying to put his OBO on it as well.
No, we need another goal. We need for you to be playing around with the ball as if you're that comfortable. One, I think, is the best lead to have sometimes because at least you're going to play with some urgency, but you do need another goal to give you that security.
True. Facebook user says, help me re-Pep Apollo. Pepe's playing, he's done okay today, especially defensively. He really has supported that right side. When there's nothing there, he's cut it back rather than losing possession. As Bertrand pointed out, Tierney on the other side is just whipping balls in from the left to nobody, and it's giving away possession. Pepe's not doing that. Pepe's really looking for just to keep possession. He hasn't done anything spectacular. Last week, everything was going through Pepe.
Come on, pressure the ball, Odegaard. Pressure the ball.
He hit the post twice last week, Pepe did, but today Pepe's been quite normal. He's been unspectacular. So
they're trying to get a corner, don't we?
CJ saying
Burnley brings the ball down the line
for set pieces. Fat Freddy. It's Fat Freddy, by the way. He don't like Pepe. He's saying rubbish. But a lot of people felt Pepe was one of the main players last week. I'm enjoying the seafood, guys, man.
Ramsdale is getting all the balls, maybe that's why I tried to play him. He's getting all the balls that come across. He's putting them down
this
there.
actually is the perfect game for him. I mean, since he's so commanded in the box.
Yeah.
I mean, if he's not catching it, then he's punching it out.
Yeah, true. So it was Oh, Jesus Christ. Thomas Partey. I just got a text from Colin. Thomas Partey asked to be substitute after he felt a twang in his thigh.
Oh.
So it's a precaution.
Hey,
okay.
Fine with me.
Thomas Partey has been a rock.
Just because I know that,
like,
I could trust Sambi to come in and do. I mean, even if it's something where he misses a game, like I know Sambi could come in and do a good job. because that was always the worry
Yeah.
last season.
Yeah, man. I mean, right now things are, and Fred says, agreed, unspectacular. Randy's saying we need to buy a target man. Target man will come. Yeah, you take care of the goalie, and by defense, and by midfield. Now he's going to work his way up to striker. Fred says, I don't think Pepe's rubbish. I think I just need to see. Help seeing what he does. I'm watching. All right, yeah. Well, he's been doing a lot of great defensive work today. As I said, he's been helping with the positional play in the midfield. Not been reckless, not been giving the ball away. He's been smart with the football. And that's allowed us to maintain stability on the right-hand side. More impressively, his defensive game has been very good today. GK, what's going on? GK, my brother, what's happening, bro? Kuke saying Ben White's positioning is Sunday league stuff. Sunday league stuff.
That's all.
GK saying what was interesting lineup, didn't expect much on high scoring match, especially. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Well pointed out, GK. This is Turf Moor, everybody. This is Burnley at Turf Moor. Yeah, let's see this one out for a 1-0 win, and I will be so happy. This will mean more to me than last week's game because they are a force to deal with at Turf Moor. Yeah, not every day you come away from. It's hard to even score goals at that place.
Yeah, it's not like we don't get chance position Apollo to score. We're getting good positions. We just make the final pass. There's like 5 or 6 times in this game, more than any game I can remember recently, where we're in a dangerous position about the 18, and we made a pass, wrong pace, wrong place, wrong time, and that's part of the frustration. And we're still 1-0 up, and there's still 5 minutes left.
Yeah.
And you know how we acquiesce sometimes in these games.
But remember what I said to you, Bertram. Arsenal are unbeaten in the last 20 games when they go ahead. 17 wins, 5 draws in the last 20 games when Arsenal have scored first. That's a good place to be, Bertram. GK says, as long as we're winning all the 1-0s for the rest of the season, I'm satisfied. Agreed. 18 says Bertram.
GK, you don't want to enjoy your game, huh?
I want to win, man. Look at our league position, bro. We were bottom of the league last week. 18 says Bertram, just 5 minutes, mate. CJ says agreed, Bertram.
5 minutes is too long. 5 minutes is too long.
Freddie says at Burnley, I'll take a win. It's like Washington. Yeah, boy. How about those Skins, baby?
All right. Let's start with the Washington thing because you guys, the referee gave you the game.
Hail to the Redskins, baby.
Hail to the referee. That's what I said.
What a game, man. I can't, I didn't even know you was up, so I wasn't even sending you a message. Normally at 4 5 a.m., Bertram sending me messages saying, Apollo, go to bed. I guess he knows I'm up watching Utah Jazz or I'm up watching the Redskins.
Well, the thing about that game too, Apollo, is that the thing about that game too also is that we had a wide open touchdown. Yeah, where the receiver dropped it, but the quarterback made a poor pass. You did the same thing, and your pass was right on target.
Yeah.
He overthrew the ball. I mean, receiver probably should have brought it down anyway, but he was wide open. Just throw it up in the air. You don't have to try to stretch the defense.
So, guys, we have 2 minutes left. Burnley are trying some late momentum to push an equalizer their way. Every member of Arsenal's players are on the back line, and they're all performing confidently, clearing their lines and as needed while the seconds tick away. My issue is we should be playing midfield possessional football by sitting back behind the ball. Arsenal are inviting them on, but I think they've defended well today. So if you can say one thing, you can say that Arsenal have done a job. Very impressed with Aaron Ramsdale. Very impressed. My situation and position on Aaron Ramsdale has completely changed from when we bought him. Is he worth the 24 million? Hell yeah. Is he worth taking Leno's place as the number one?
All right, Apollo. Let's temper that enthusiasm.
Yeah, man. I'm all for it, man.
Let's get a bigger sample size.
Yeah, man, I like them mistakes, man. I like them things, man.
We'll see at the end of the season, but I definitely have to say, very nice.
Look, he's the long-term future, right? It's not Leno. So you got to play your future. Leno is going to leave next year. Is this his last year of Leno's contract?
No. It is, but the other year is an option.
Oh, so we're gonna take the option because we want some money for him.
Yeah, if we take the option, it's 2 years. If we don't, it's 1 year.
No, we're taking the option. Hopefully, the option is not at more money.
GK saying Apollo overreacting. Only Ramsdale 2 games. No, Ramsdale's had about 69 games, and in those 69 games, in those 69 games, he had made more saves than any goalkeeper, and not just that, but he has come out to claim crosses the second most of any goalkeeper in the league.
Come on, Arsenal, pressure the ball.
Only Alisson has come out to claim more crosses.
He's good in the air. He's very aggressive in the box, which is good.
Yeah, he's aggressive. He commands the box. So I like what I see. You know what they say? Give me the thing where the doctor order me. Give me the thing. That's what I want for my goalkeeper, man. That's what I want. Bertram's smiling because he knows
4
what
minutes.
I'm talking about.
4 minutes. 4 minutes. I'm counting down the time. I'm just counting down the time. It's 4 minutes left.
Bertram is so nervous.
Yeah. I'm not happy. I'm not. This thing doesn't make me comfortable.
Yeah,
I think he's offside.
He's been quiet today, man.
Aubameyang just making up numbers.
G, as you know, me and G are natural enemies. I'm a Reggae Boys Jamaican fan, and he's the USA, and he's been talking up the World Cup qualifiers. Yeah, I ain't finished with you.
They're not doing that well in World Cup qualifiers.
I know that. Why you think he's so quiet? He's not running. Normally, he's running off his mouth, innit? G, I see you there in the chat room, you know.
Yeah, they got lucky. They won a game the other day. They got lucky. We're playing them next, actually. They may beat us, so we're not doing well.
Yeah, G says Arteta has us playing like Emery had, just with spending, some semblance of a plan, and good PR. Randy says, whenever one was cussing Ramsdale, I was bigging him up as he's a great goalkeeper and he's a young Ramsdale, got a decent defense in front of him at last. Yeah, I agree with that. CJ says, Apollo, you said before we got Ramsdale and he was statistically worse. I would say he's statistically worse on his win-loss record. But when you look at the actual schematics in terms of saves, in terms of coming out to claim balls, he's up there. He was top in saves, probably because he was with really bad teams. But if you look at the things like distribution and claiming crosses, those are things that we can take as standard. We can use those stats to great effect. But look, I wasn't a fan of bringing him in. I'm not going to lie. I would have brought in Sam Johnston, but that's just me. Yeah. We're dealt the hands. We got the hands we're dealt, so we have to deal with that and move on.
All we did was exchange Ramsdale for Martinez.
Yeah.
We took the money and bought him. So I mean, if you want to judge Ramsdale, judge like what Martinez plays. So
and you know me, I think Martinez is one of the top goalies in the world.
He's a very good goalkeeper.
So we've just seen a cross there. Taylor digs out across from the left. It looks like Vidra gets in front of his mark at the near post, glances a header of the goal, but the ball just goes behind. Guys, I think Odegaard has been missing in the second half, so I think my man of the match is probably going to be Ramsdale.
Why are you so selfish? It's a minute left in the way. Why are you shooting there? Why you put the ball in the corner flag?
Yeah, I think it's going to be Ramsdale for me.
Why are you so selfish? Tavares won the ball in his own half, dribbled it length of the field, and trying to shot from 30 yards with a minute left. Put the ball in the corner flag. So you gave them the ball so they can come at us.
Agreed.
That's where your brain got to come into play. So now they're attacking.
What?
That's well won. I'm looking at it right now, Bertram. He should have gone wide left.
Well, wide left or play the ball.
Yeah, he's got options right and left. All he's done is given the ball back to them. Yeah, with 1.5 minutes left in injury time. But that's you got to put that. That's Tavares, by the way.
Yeah,
and they just got a header. Frankly, they just got a header towards goal. I mean, Tavares' play was asinine. That's what I call it. You have a minute left. Play the ball in the corner flag. They can't. You can't. It takes a while for them to get out of that situation.
Yeah.
So they got a cross in the box, and they had a good header. You just too high, just over the bar. I mean, okay, we should win the game. 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Blow it off, referees. 94 minutes. There was no injury time during injury time. Blow it off. Come on, blow it off.
Wow.
What's he waiting for? Christmas?
I'm still
This
about a
coronet
minute
looks
behind
good,
you.
man. This coronet looks good. This coronet looks good. Coronet whips in the cross.
Gentlemen,
Looks like a
gentlemen,
good
it's a one-love
all-round
win.
player.
I predicted a win.
Coronet whips in the cross onto the head of Rodriguez, who leans back and steers it just onto the roof of Arsenal's net, and that, guys, is going to be that.
And Southampton and City are tied at 0.
Yeah,
with
that's
the
going to be
clock,
that,
with
guys.
the time expired, basically.
I mean, so guys, look, I didn't give Arsenal a chance to win this game, nor did
I didn't.
Neonis.
Nope.
And they have gone to one of the toughest places in the league, and they've got a win.
Very
and not
good.
only have they got a win, but the defense held up an onslaught of over an hour. Odegaard faded in the second half, but he was easily the class of the field in the first half. I'm going to do the player ratings in a second, but I'm going to give Ramsdale man of the match. I thought Ramsdale was fantastic today. Absolutely fantastic.
Well, he didn't have a lot of saves. He just was commanding for the area.
Look what he did with the penalty claim, bro, on the VAR.
No. I know. I'm saying he didn't have a lot of saves. It's not like he had a ton of saves. He did a good job of commanding his area.
So Bertram, in respect to that statement, he changed their whole game plan. They took off Woods and Barnes because of Ramsdale. Ramsdale coming forward to claim those Route 1 passes took Burnley out of their game plan completely and changed them into trying to play through the midfield, which we know they can't do. That was Aaron Ramsdale. He did that. Yeah. So Andrew says, what does this mean for Bert Leno?
So City tied with Southampton 0-0. Wow. Liverpool beat Crystal Palace 3-0, and Watford beat Norwich City 3-1. Wow, City tied. Couldn't score against Southampton. That's interesting.
Yeah,
they need a center forward. And
and that's going to be the Achilles heel. GK says, I meant we haven't made any attacking players in the last 2 summers. As we know, we need more. Yeah, but when you don't have Man City and Man United money, you have to plan your stages of transition. And we bought the defense, we bought the midfield, and we bought the goalkeeper.
Hey, at this rate, we're gonna be in first place soon. We went from 20 to 18 to 12.
Stop! Stop it!
And in regards to that, all we need to do next year, whether that's January or the summer, is go out and buy a striker. I know who Arsenal are going for, but and I left you lot a clue with that in my last video. I didn't mention his name for a reason, but I showed you a picture of the player, so you all know who I'm talking about. Arsenal are looking at him to be the replacement for Lacazette. If that comes off, it would be a fantastic move. If it doesn't, then they'll just look for another player.
Apollo, we should go buy St. Maximum. I'm sorry. I don't care who the striker is. Go buy St. Maximum. Put him up front. The way you want to put him. First of all, we're going to enjoy our football.
Yeah.
And second of all, he's going to terrorize defenses.
Yeah, I agree.
I've been saying this for 3 years now, 2.5 years, frankly. Go buy St. Maximum. £70 million is going to cost us.
He's going to cost too much. No,
I'm telling you.
No, 70 million is way too much.
Neomis, when he gets the ball, there need to have 3 defenders playing against him. 3 defenders, not 2, 3. That means there are 2 people open.
Score goals. He struggles to score goals.
He's better than Traore in terms of setting people up. He's better than Traore.
Sorry, go on, Neomis.
He struggles to score goals. Yeah, I agree with you with all his qualities. I see it, and yeah, I think he is better than Traore. But 70 mil, that is way too much. Way too much.
It is.
Somewhere like 50 mil, and even then, I think should be the maximum. That's where you could say Newcastle are getting a good deal.
Yeah, Cool K says, how much is a striker we're in for, Polo? Exactly what. You know what? Neomis isn't stupid, He knows who I'm talking about. I think he's seen my video. But me and Neomis talked about him in the summer in the Euros, and we were both a big fan of the player.
Of course.
He's talking about the kid I sacked from, what he plays for, Sweden?
Hey! Fire!
He's a good player.
Bertram! Let's
a good
make a
player.
little fire there for Bertram. Let's put some fire there on the screen for Bertram. So look, guys, what a fantastic player. GK says he's 40 million at best. That's not what the
No,
team.
no, he's a clause. He's signed a new contract. His clause like they're gonna be a 75 or 73 mil, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, at the moment they're talking about 50 million. That's all I know. I don't know any more than that.
That's nice. 50 million. Nice.
Yeah, I mean, they're obviously going to try and get more. And look what happened to Maddison. Two things happened to Maddison. Maddison started off at 55 million. They went up to 75 million. When they went up to that, what did I say to all of you lot? I said, I love Maddison. I want him to play for Arsenal, but at that price, I would rather get a goalie, a right back, and a midfielder. And what did we do? We bought a goalie, a right back, and a midfielder.
I think what we should have done is take the 50 mil for Ben White, buy Bissouma, and put Saliba right back. Sorry. I don't think Ben White is worth 50 mil.
Well,
put Saliba right back, and you have Bissouma and Partey in the middle. You have your core. Your gut is really well solid.
I disagree with you there.
Bissouma would be held to protect Saliba until he gets acclimated to the Premier League.
I think it's too early, Bertram. I think it's 23 years old. People were saying that. I remember when Tony Adams was getting the captaincy and fans were losing their shit. I think it's way too old.
So here's the problem.
Too early.
I could see Saliba surpassing Ben White. Then your 50 mil is wasted. No,
you're probably right.
Because Gabriel's going to play on the left. That's not changing. So who's going to play on the right if Saliba surpasses him? You're going to 50 million pounds on the bench? We can't afford that.
If Arteta could kiss and make up with Maitland-Niles, he can kiss and make up with William Saliba. And when that happens, our future looks very much solid. Because I thought Maitland-Niles was gone. Like, so gone. Like, this guy said, I wanted out. Was doing interviews with the Telegraph. And he's there getting game time. And like in midfield, he's still getting back and defending in those fullback positions, but he's playing.
But you're not surprised about Maitland-Niles. His mom was very aggressive with Arsenal when he was in the academy, wasn't she? Very aggressive with Arsenal.
This supposed to get kicked out,
right? So, yeah, exactly. So it's not surprising that he probably has some of that same temperament.
Guys, I might change my man of the match. I might change. Yeah, I'm going to change my man of the match.
You looking at the stats?
Go for Odegaard. Like, he got the goal.
It has to be Odegaard.
Without him, there is no win. We would have been in the same position as we predicted. So, love him or hate him, Odegaard's my man of the match.
No, it has to be Odegaard. I mean, if you look at the game, Odegaard played well. Partey had spurts. Gabriel played well. Ramsdale played well. Tomiyasu played well. Pepe was average. Saka didn't play well. Smith Rowe didn't play well. Aubameyang is Aubameyang. No comment on how he plays. If he doesn't score, he doesn't play well.
Yeah, let me get my figures up, and then let me get my figures up on the screen, and then we can talk about it. Hold on a second.
Cool.
Let's see what's going on. Yeah, I've got a ton of options up here at the moment, which I'm looking at. I felt some players didn't really turn up. As I said, I gave Saka last week. I gave him a 5.5.
He didn't do better this week.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna settle on that. I've switched my man of the man about 3 times since I've been doing the player ratings. I've shifted it between Gabriel, Ramsdale, and Odegaard.
So a question for you guys: isn't there time that Martinelli gets a chance instead of Saka? Saka playing too much football. He's probably burnt out. He wasn't in the game today. He's making bad decisions throughout the game. He got the free kick that resulted in the goal, but. I think Martinelli should get a run at least a couple of games to see what he can produce. Because as I said before, Saka and even though I did say about all 3, but Saka and Smith Rowe are not scoring enough. They got to find a way to get the ball in the net.
Right. Yeah. I've done my player ratings. Let me see if we can get them up on the screen so we can talk about it. Okay, so I'm going to do mine first, guys. So there's my player ratings. Let me just hold on. Let me just come out and do this quickly. I'll make it easier. There we go. Right, there we go. Right, so player ratings, guys. I'm going for first player, Aaron Ramsdale. For me, guys, the standout. I shifted him. Look, I had him at one point as the man of the match. I had Odegaard one point as man of the match. In the end, I've given it to Gabriel because the work Gabriel did was just solid for 90 minutes. Part of the reason why Ramsdale had the game that he did was because of Gabriel. Martin Odegaard was the best player on the pitch in the first half. The goal was sublime, but he was missing. I don't think I called his name in the second half. Just that little dip off. Not saying he had a great game. He did. He won the game for the team, but he just dipped off at the end of the game. And I thought Gabriel's performance was for the whole 90 minutes. So that's why in the end I went for Gabriel. Well, I want to talk about Aaron Ramsdale's performance. You know, guys, I don't mean to sound cynical, but he actually looked like he was enjoying himself out there. He actually looked like he was relishing the challenge of the Burnley players roughing him up, testing him with all these route one balls, coming off his line. As I said, at times, he was on the edge of his penalty area, daring them to go for route one balls. And when they did, 3 or 4 times, he had just collected the ball and stopped that route one. Many times, Leno would have probably stayed on his line and invited those route one balls into his box. Ramsdale was having none of it. He took that game plan away from Burnley. They shifted and had to bring on 2 attacking players and took off their beef eaters. Yeah, they took off their big bullies, and that was all because of Ramsdale. And he showed for the second week in a row a very clever distribution as well. Held onto the ball when he needed to. Yeah, wasted time when he needed to, and always chose the right option. So he's a 7.5 for me. Tomiyasu, 7.5, very solid. Dealt with Burnley's threat down the right-hand side, switched the balls to Kieran Tierney on various times when the right side was being overloaded. He just hit those 40-yard passes over to Tierney. And what that does is that if you have a load on the right-hand side and the left side's empty, it gives Tierney all the space he needs and Saka in order to make attacks, which they did. All of that came from the quick thinking of Tomiyasu. Just very clever. Does the basics really well, guys. He supports the right-hand side. He supports his centre-backs. Times when Ben White didn't get back into support, we saw him stand up there with Gabriel, didn't we? And get some clearances done. Solid game from Tommy. Gabriel, my man of the match. Some crucial blocks and challenges throughout the game. Any concerns that anybody had of Gabriel? Not because remember, at the back end of last season, guys, he weren't the starter. But a lot of people forget that. Gabriel played his way out of the team. Then he got injured, and it just didn't. The latter part of the season didn't go well for Gabriel. And that was a time when Arsenal had their best performances. He wasn't a part of that. So a lot is expected of Gabriel in this season at the moment now as a starter. He was the heart of the defense today. The heart of the defense. Monster performance. My man of the match. And let's hope let's hope that he'll pick it up from when he did last season. Last season he was player of the month for 3 out of the 5 first months of the season. 3 times, guys, out of the first 5 months for us. That's how big he was for us last season, and then he tailed off. Kieran Tierney, I'm giving Tierney a 6. I just thought there was a lot of effort, a lot of running, and not much end product. They're moving him to more of a wing back now. They're fought at the back, but when they're attacking, he's the attacker, and Tomiyasu's the one that sits. So that base 3 at the back now is what they're doing, and Tierney's the guy that goes forward. He's not so much as a defender in this team in this tactical formation at the moment. He's more the extra guy, and I just thought he was he didn't do much today. But in saying that, I think that it's going to be a role. We know how important he is to the team, and I think that's a role he has to grow into. Ben White today, guys, all the pre-talk was about how much he could handle Burnley's route one passing. And He didn't do a good job today. I have to say, he struggled in battle. His distribution was a bit shaky. He didn't have a good game. Look, I'm not going to waste time with what he did. I give him a 4 today. Thomas Partey, I thought, was immense. It was a one-man midfield there for a while because Smith Rowe was being used as an extra attacker, and it was Partey as a standalone guy holding everything up. And hold it up, he did. Held on to possession, played through the lines. His choice of passing, this is key, guys. His choice of passing was exemplary. He really knew what he was doing, cut off the passing lanes. His influence was amazing. I mean, look, he played well again last week, didn't he, when he came on? And he played well today in his preseason form as well. He was one of the best players in preseason, and it's really good to see him pick it up. Pepe today, guys, we saw it wasn't as bright as he was last week. He wasn't offensively astute today, but his defensive work and keeping possession, I thought, was decent. I gave him a 6. I thought Smith Rowe today wasn't the influence he was last week, and that's why I said he shouldn't have started. I did say that. I thought Sambi should have got the nod over him. But I think looking from today, it doesn't look like Smith Rowe gets it. Yeah, we know he's a good player, guys. We know he has all the talent in the world. We already know that. But whether he can play in this system is the question. And at the moment, I don't think he gets it. I think that's going to be a learning progress for him. He's demonstrated his off the ball work has always been good. He's great in the press, and he'll always do that for you. But I just think the offensive side, the angles, the interchange, the overlaps, I think in this system he's just going to have to get a bit better in that. And I've given him a 5. I thought he was average. Saka, I thought, was very poor today. I don't think there was one phase of the game that he really excelled in, and I probably think you should have rested him in a game like today. I thought he was poor. I got to call it out where it is, guys. Odegaard, 7.5. I thought he was smooth. I thought he was the best player on the pitch. His vision, his first touch, his passing, the speed and the pace, he whips the ball through the defense. When I say through the defense, where he's standing with his angles, and you've got the shape that Burnley have, the back 4 and another 4 or 3 in front of them, to place balls through those angles is vision, is trust in his ability to get that done. And time again, it was putting Burnley on the back feet. They had great shape and stability, and he was beating them every single time with his passing. That was a joy to see. His free kick was just tremendous, brilliant. Best free kick I've seen Arsenal take in the last 2 years. I've given him a 7.5. If it wasn't for Gabriel, he would have been my man of the match. I'm giving Aubameyang a 6 today. I thought Aubameyang did a lot of hard work. I don't think he got the service that he had, but he put himself about. He pressed as well, and I think he could have done a little bit better. He was selfless in his play as well. The way he played through, the way he played through players in the lanes. I think he could have been a bit selfish at times and had a shot in his own way. But look, I gave him a 6. He wasn't fantastic today, but he didn't have a bad game. I thought Arteta set the team up right. I thought the team sheet was okay outside of Smith Rowe, and I thought that the defending was strong. I think his trust in Gabriel and Tomiyasu and to play Thomas Partey, which I thought was a shot in the dark. I thought he got it bang on today. He got the result he wanted, which is very important for an Arsenal manager when you're going away to Turf Moor. And I think Arteta deserves a lot of credit for what the team did today on the pitch. 8.5 for me for Arteta, really high score, because it shows that he can actually go away into a tough situation where it's hard to win and come out with a result. And he done that today. He showed me that could be possible. Who shall I go to? Shall we go to Neomis or Bertrand? Let's go to Neomis. Neomis, what's your thoughts? What's your grading on today's match?
So, I just want to say, first of all, I think the result was a very good result. I called it as a draw, and I think a draw would have been fair. But for the fact that Arsenal got the 3 points, you have to love that, because especially when we lost to them last season. And ratings, I'm going to give Ramsdale, Tomiyasu, and Gabriel 7s. I thought they had good, solid performances today. Defensively was solid, intercepted nicely. Ramsdale commanding his box consistently throughout the game. I'm not much that I could really fault them for, to be really honest. I just think that overall they had really good performances. Ben White was probably the weakest out of all of them, in that kind of the defensive role. So I gave him a 5 overall. I thought it was okay. I didn't think it was poor. I think maybe if Gabriel wasn't there, it might have been worse. But I think what he pulled out was okay, and I do think he'll get better as time goes on. Taney, I'm going to agree with you. I'll give him a 6. A lot of effort from him. I like the way I was driving the ball forward, getting himself in good positions. But again, still a lot of crossing and not a lot of kind of end product. Party, I'll also agree with you with a 7.5. For me, I thought he was brilliant. Just everything that we needed from a midfield player, like he gave us today. And it's a bit of a shame that he had to come off, and I hope it's not any type of long-term injury, or if he has to miss a few games. I hope it's, maybe one game. Well, yeah, maybe one game, and then that's fine. Odegaard is my man of the match. I'm going to give him an 8. Amazing goal. Should be goal of the month for Arsenal. Should be goal of the month for the Premier League. In terms of all the other goals, I really, really like the goal. Yeah, and I hope he scores more that way. Pepe, I'm also going to give a 6. Not much on the attacking side, but I do agree with both of you that he did work hard defensively, supported Tomiyasu a lot. I want to continue to see that, but I want to see the production. I want to see goals and more assists from him, because, again, this is another season where we're going to need him. We can't always be relying on Aubameyang to kind of bail us out or score goals for us. So we're going to need our wide players to do more. Smith Rowe, I'll give a 6. I thought he worked hard. But again, got himself in a lot of good positions, but didn't quite have the composure to put them away. Yeah, for me, I'm not quite ready to kind of give up on him just yet, but I still want to see more. Saka, I agree with you. I'm going to give him a 4. For me, he had some of the most obvious chances today. I thought he should have probably had a brace if he had just controlled the ball better. Like, he should have been able to work the goalkeeper 2 to 3 times in today's game, and today we got none of that. I don't know if the issue is he needs a rest, but I mean, this is where Arteta and the coaching staff have to kind of be able to manage his situation there. Like I was surprised that Martinelli didn't come on for him at some point. The fact that we're 1-0 up and we could have needed another goal, and we don't have much goal scorers. So at some point that has to improve, because one of the criticisms that keeps being brought up with Saka, and Bertram's mentioned a lot of the times, is his lack of scoring goals. And this is the season where start to put those things in motion. There's no Europa League to kind of fall back on to help kind of generate goals. So I do want to see goals from Saka this season. Aubameyang, I'll also agree with you. I'll give him a 6. Worked hard. Don't remember him having much clear-cut chances, but I think that's just because of the way how Burnley was, and we not really playing in a way to get the best out of him. A few mistakes from him in terms of his passing, but yeah, it's our situation up front as a striker is only going to improve once we get the right type of striker in that position. So yeah, I give him a 6. And Arteta, I will give an 8. I'll actually give him some credit, because the starting lineup, I didn't think that he would start this. I thought Leno would be back overall, and yeah, I just think he got it right. I think apart from not bringing in Martinelli 70th, 80th minute in for Saka, I don't think that there's much more he could have done. But what I want to see is consistency from him. I don't know when Xhaka is back, but I know that at some point
Spurs.
I honestly feel Arteta will play Xhaka.
Oh God.
And I think it's coming sooner than later. I thought Xhaka was back in today's game, which is why I thought he would play.
No, so the three games, there's Norwich, Burnley today, and MK Dons in the midweek. Those are the three games.
Okay. So yeah, I'll give him an 8. But it's about consistency from Arteta. If he does that, then we will be fine. We'll be fine.
And remember, guys, I always say to you every week, yeah, sorry, Bertram, I'll come to you in a couple of minutes, so I'll read out some comments first. I always say to you guys, setting your team up and choosing the right players is just the beginning. Once those boots cross the white line, once those boots hits that green turf, it is down to the players. And this is, I talked to somebody about this, about American football as well. Bertram knows about this. Regardless what the coaches do on the sidelines, I thought the New York Giants coaches were very, very good. I thought they coached the game they should have won. But it's the players. It's not the coaches that fumble. It's not the coaches that can't catch passes. It's not the coaches that don't run the correct routes. And the same applies in football. When those players are on the pitch, and I made an example of Smith Rowe not getting it yet, yeah, all those things are down to the players. Ben White today, we know what he can do. His performance had nothing to do with Arteta. That was all on Ben White. So we got to put this in perspective, guys. Once you cross that white line and your boots touch the turf, that's it. It's on you. So we need to sort of keep that in consideration when we're talking about players, managers, etc. It's about setting your team up. It's about choosing the right players on that team sheet. And once that's done, bang, there you go. Go and do your thing. Randy says Arteta needs to find his own playing style and cut ties with. Another thing, Arteta does have his playing style. He brought a lot of that to Manchester City, which Pep talked about. Not only that, but Busquets, what's the other guy, the midfielder who played for Barcelona?
Rakitic.
Iniesta.
Rakitic.
All of them said that Arteta's tactics when they were at Barcelona in the academy was key. They said that he had everything on lockdown. So I believe Pep Guardiola, when Pep Guardiola says that Arteta came to Man City and brought a lot of his ideas to them, Arsenal fans don't get that. Arsenal fans think, oh, he went to Man City for 3 years and he stole all of Pep's ideas. That's not exactly what happened. Yeah, I can't reinforce this enough. Arteta's a brainchild of the game. He was like that as a teenager, all the way through when he was at Everton, even when he came here. I saw stuff he done going against Wenger as an Arsenal captain, which I hugely respect for. I didn't see any other captain do that. I didn't see Henry do that. I didn't see Mertesacker do that. Yeah, I like what this is the problem with Arteta. Can he take his philosophies and put them on the pitch? That's the question. And only time will tell whether that question can be answered or not. Fabrice said Saka and Pepe were woeful. Somebody says Saka's tired. I can't see a name there. Andrew says second season bounce for Saka. No, bro, he's just turned 20. He just turned 20 last week. You're going to get ups and downs. Every footballer, good or bad, has had those games. Yeah. No, even the Ronaldinhos and the Ronaldos have had bad games. Yeah, it happens. He's just going for a bad patch right now. CJ says Saka has been poor since the second half of last season. Janssen said, I agree, he needs to be dropped. Sorry, so many comments. I'm just trying to fly through them at the moment. CJ is saying, and guys, don't forget, yeah, if any donations to the channel always helps. Yeah, don't forget. Appreciate all of you guys who have put money into the channel. I just paid for it for another year, so donations are always looking good right now, guys. CJ says Apollo Ramsdale is world-class goalkeeper. Is he the world-class goalkeeper we've been looking for? Again, at 23 years old, it's too early to tell. David De Gea at that age was being touted as one of the best goalkeepers in the league. Now United can't wait to get rid of him. Mind you, Man United have gone quiet on the De Gea watch for a while, but last year and the year before that, they wanted him gone. They stopped his move to Real Madrid, and they were so happy with it, and it turned out to be pants. So look, it is what it is, man. A goalkeeper in his prime is around 29, 30 years old. Bernd Leno is that age. And Bernd Leno has never been able to take it to the next level. Ramsdale is 7 years away from that. So let's revisit this in the next couple of years and see how it works out for him. Look at Szczesny, yeah? Look at what happened with Szczesny. Lots of comments here. Randy saying excellent show again. Appreciate that, bro. G says Ben White having experience on the pitch is by far and most important in the centre back role. He's still far too young to write him off. Agreed, 100%, bro. Time and time again, you see it with young defenders. However, what worries me is that we have zero senior experienced defenders. That's why I said bring back David Luiz. I don't know what the man's still sitting at home doing nothing. He's still sitting at home doing nothing. Anyway, listen, that's my frustration, man. I'd bring Luiz back in a heartbeat. A lot of it is because he wants to play for a Champions League team as well, so it ain't just about Arsenal. It says there's nobody learning. There's no one learning. G's also, he's marks, his grades. I'm sure I saw some more grades down here, didn't I? No, I didn't. All right. So G's grades, he's gone for Ramsdale 7.5, Tomiyasu 7, Gabriel 7.5, White 3, Tierney 6, Partey 8, Odegaard 9, Pepe 6, Smith Rowe 4, Saka 2. Man, give Saka a 2.
That's a bit harsh, man.
Man, look at Bertrand rubbing his chin there. Look. You think that's harsh? Bertrand gonna fling some hell on him right now. And he's given a Birmingham a 6.5. Arteta gets an 8, and then he says Arteta out. Bertram, you got the conch.
So as usual, my grades don't necessarily align all the time with others. So nothing new here. So I think Ramsdale is about a 7. I don't think he made a ton of saves. I'm gonna give 7. You have to really be, he commanded his area well. He got all the crosses, which is Burnley's game. He came for those crosses. He wasn't bullied. He made one very good save off the header, but I don't think it was a game where he was peppered. So I gave him a 7. I gave Tomiyasu another 7. I think he defends really well, actually. So it wasn't in the game as much offensively, because I think we have an unbalanced attack about how we attack more from the left. We have like a slanted type construct when we do so. But I thought he played really well defensively, and he played aggressively. Made one mistake during the game in his own box. But I thought he played really well. Gabriel, I gave an 8. I think Gabriel is showing up White. I also think Gabriel is showing up what we miss when he doesn't play, especially in games like these where it's a physical game. Because he loves to be aggressive. He loves contact. He loves to put his stamp on a game. And he also anticipates well when balls are coming across sometimes, or when he's on the other weak side, how he comes across on the side that's being attacked. So I thought he played well. So I gave him an 8. I gave Ben White a 4. Go ahead.
So Bertram, back on Gabriel. So what do you think has changed from the beginning of last season when he was our best defender to at Christmas when he just tailed off and he lost his starting position? What has happened? Do you remember when I said to you, sometimes you need to slow down in order to speed up? Do you think he's just sat on the bench and watched everything and seen everything come together, learnt the system better, the positioning, everything like that?
No, I think what happened was he was playing well. I don't know if he had COVID or something. He was out of the team, came back, and wasn't really the same after he came back. So when you have it was an injury or COVID. So he had something. So he was out for like 3 games. Somebody took his place. Holding was playing decent. Didn't really reclaim his game right away. And that progressed for a while. Then he got injured in the summer. So the continuum you want, you're playing regularly, you're comfortable in your game. And when he played against Southampton and Tia turned him and he got a set yellow card, that didn't help him either. So he was out for 3 games, 1 game because of that. Combination of either injury or COVID or yellow cards being out, I think that affected his play. But I do think, and sometimes he doesn't really manage his game. What I mean like that. So sometimes you got to be aggressive. Other times you have to back off. You got to mix your game up when you play against forwards to confuse them and make them can't read how you're going to play. If you're always physical with me, then I'm going to try to turn you. If you're on, you're backing off, then that's a little bit different. It's settle the defensive scheme. Yeah, I think the defensive system hasn't changed materially. I think also Gabriel, which he wasn't doing well part of the season, was how he passes out of defense, passes forward. So he's good passing back to his, to Ben White or to David Luiz when he was there, or to Tierney or whoever was playing on the right. But when he has to progress the ball upfield, he's not making the pass incisive enough or quick enough or seeing the pass before he gets it. I think that's part of his challenge. But he's always been very aggressive in the air or on the ground. I think that's helped him. Ben White, I gave a 4. I think that pass back today with his left foot, which is not his major foot, to Ramsdale was heresy, frankly, and really, really bad, and could have cost us the game or caused a result in a draw. And also, he got turned the box one where he lost the ball on top of the third, which was just not acceptable for you to do. When you have limited pressure, make a decision when you get the ball and stop playing with the ball. You're going to pay for it at some point in time. So I gave him a 4. Tierney, Mr. Injured, and myself and African Goon always argue about this. I give Tierney a 5. Here's my problem, and I said this on the telecast, which is when you get the ball in dangerous positions, try to pick a man out in the box when you're crossing. Look at Alexander-Arnold, who plays on the right for Liverpool, and what's his name, who plays on the left for them. They're always trying to find Salah or Mane or Firmino when it's in a forward, and the ball come close to them. Our ball doesn't come close to our players. Now, sometimes we're in the box as quickly as we should be, but these balls are not only finding the defender, and then we have to defend. And people say, well, you're attacking a 4-3-3, you're defending a 3-2-5, whatever it is. No, you defend like how you attack most times. Because when you're out of position, I can't recover to defend, so I can't defend the way you think I should be defending, given my formation. It doesn't work. So I get frustrated with Tierney sometimes because he'll put his head down and go by the man, but he doesn't look up enough to cross the ball. Or do you ever see him cut the ball back and stop it if there's no one in the box? Are you ever seen him run on the line, stop it, like Pepe does, and look for a pass? I don't have it. I'm going to keep the ball and try again. He doesn't do that, which is very frustrating. I gave him a 5. I think Partey, by a good distance, is our best player. So Partey, interesting to me, is like a quarterback. And he does what Thiago does a lot, which people don't do in football. This is doing the old days, which is he looks off the man like a quarterback does. So you look right, but he really wants to ping the ball through the middle to Aubameyang or Odegaard or Smith Rowe. But he uses your eyes to divert you by looking wide as he's going to go wide, and you ping the ball back. So then you shift, like a quarterback does in football. You shift to cover, and he'll ping the ball to that tight space to get to us. What we don't do is when he make those passes, how we progress the ball with a Saka or a Aubameyang or Odegaard. Because we should be looking, you know what? When he gets me the ball, I'm going to turn, I'm going to make a 1-2 or something. We don't do that really well. But I think Partey is brilliant. But like Tierney, he seems to be injury prone, and that's not a good thing for us. Odegaard, I think, and what I love about Odegaard is, unlike Mr. Lazy, who has left us, is that he's actually a creative player who runs our game. He works really hard, which in today's football you have to do, right? You can't sit and watch and say, you can't do like PSG 3 players up front who says, that's not part of my forte. I don't do that. It's not part of my workload. You go run and get me the ball. That's how PSG is going to struggle with a better team. You go defend for me and give me the ball, and I'll do something with it. Because if you don't score on this end, then you're in trouble when you're defending. But I think I gave Odegaard a 7.5. I thought the goal was brilliant, and I thought he played really, really well. Pepe, I thought defensively Pepe did really well, but he's doing much more over the last year, frankly. If you go back to early last year, Arteta, when he first came in, benching quite a bit because he wasn't doing defensive work. Now he's doing it. And frankly, from a goal threat standpoint, only he and Aubameyang are true goal threat because we didn't score from open play today, which is very important. We scored on a free kick and Saka got fouled. We need to score more goals from open play. So I gave Pepe a 5. I thought he struggled a little bit today going forward. There was one time in the first half he had the ball. He does this. He goes by the defender, has a step on them, and he cuts the ball back. No, let him run over your back and foul you, or have to make you go in. Why are you stopping the ball again, try to beat the man you just beat previously? So hopefully he'll make improvements in his game. But I thought he was okay today. Smith Rowe gave a 4. And Smith Rowe, to me, he was in Pepe's lane. He was creating situation which he was supposed to. If you're playing the 10, then play behind the striker, or come and get the ball off Odegaard, come and get the ball off Partey. He was playing too wide right. Now I understand that the way we're playing nowadays is Saka is not playing wide. Saka is playing almost inside and allow Tierney to go wide on the wing. But I didn't think he had the best game today. I gave him a 4. And I thought about so I gave Saka a 4. I I don't want to knock Saka or Smith Rowe because I get grief when I do so, even though I keep telling people they're not scoring goals. And if you're going to be two of my offensive players, and today's the same thing again, Smith Rowe had a shot in his left foot that he fluffed. Should he have cut it back? Should he have put his foot through it? Don't know, but I gave him a 4 also. I gave Aubameyang a 4 also. My leader, my captain, my center forward, no, he doesn't work out. He runs when he feels like it. So he'll run really hard a couple of times, but then he'll just tune out. And when he gets the ball, he doesn't link up the play with the midfield or the wingers. There is not that 1-2. I'm going to control it. I watched Tony today for Brentford. When Tony gets the ball, it sticks. Like you give him the ball, it sticks. Either he turns the defender or he stops it and make a pass of it, or he makes a beautiful flick. When Aubameyang gets it, I'm thinking it's going to be a turnover. I gave him a 4. I gave Arteta a 6. So why give a 6? We won the game. Isn't that a little bit harsh? I didn't like the starting lineup with Smith Rowe in the team. Either play Smith Rowe or Odegaard, or don't play both because it doesn't work for me. I know Burnley, and today Burnley was physical with Smith Rowe and Saka. That's probably why I affected their game.
Okay, so hold on a second.
Go ahead.
Hold on a second. Yeah, and you know I love you like cook food. Yeah. So you didn't like the lineup.
No, I didn't like the fact. Let me explain. I didn't like Smith Rowe versus Sambi.
No, did I?
To the ESR.
No, did I? But you know why I gave him an 8? Right. Because it worked.
No. So here's my thing about it worked.
So
that's why I was saying, wait. Hold on. So you're saying the other formation wouldn't have worked. You're saying Sambi wouldn't have worked. That's
I'm not saying it wouldn't have worked
because we won. I thought we'd have won more comfortable with Sambi.
All right. Okay.
I thought we'd have won more comfortable. Here's what happened. So a Partey can't go forward anytime because Odegaard is always going to go forward. And Partey makes some passes in the final third from deep or the middle of the field. You want Partey to take some risk and go forward sometime, and Sambi covers him. He can't go forward because Odegaard is never going to do that. So you then restrict Partey to playing really deep in front of the back two, versus giving some freeway so he can rotate with Sambi going forward. Smith Rowe wasn't effective at all today. In fact, he was confused about where he's supposed to be. He was running in front of Pepe a lot of times. Smith Rowe plays zero defense, by the way. Zero. He runs towards people, never tackles anyone.
I did
never
mention that.
Anyone.
I did mention that.
So you lose that ability to turn.
Yeah.
Look,
I did say that, but all that being said, Arteta's team sheet won the game.
Arteta,
I agree with you.
I thought the game was hard because of Arteta.
Oh, God.
So that sounds cold. So here's the thing. Capallo, I think sometimes people say, well, I won, so that solves everything. I'm like, no, guys, because this is a 38-game season, not a 5-game season. Play the right team in the right spot to get that continuity in play. When does Sambi play with Partey? Like, isn't that our future of a midfield? Isn't that now midfield? We should play Xhaka. Xhaka shouldn't play a game.
I agree. Yeah, I agree.
So let's play Partey and let them get to know each other, how they play, who rotates when. When are you going to do it? What game are you going to do it? Next week against Tottenham? That may not be the best. He's going to put Xhaka in next week. Yeah. No doubt in my mind. So when are you going to have Sambi play? And Sambi has played well in every game. He hasn't had a bad game yet. That's my frustration.
Listen, if that happens, you lot might have to come and do this stream, man, because I don't think I'll be able to hold myself back. Yeah? I've been holding myself back for a long time. So I don't think I'll be able to hold myself back next week if he pulls that shit on us.
But Apollo, here's the thing about it too. Sambi makes passes, not just 5-yard passes. Yeah. Sambi makes 25 and 15 and 20-yard passes. Sambi's a footballer. It's not just a defensive midfielder. He's a footballer.
Yeah.
So when you have those players, you can spread the defense out. Burnley was stacking the middle, prevent Partey from getting the ball. Now, Odegaard did a good job of coming back, getting it, trying to go left, trying to go right. But as I said, Smith Rowe, and also that's affects Smith Rowe because Odegaard always go forward so much. He's in your space if you're Smith Rowe. Yeah. So then you're forced to go wide because it's taking up the spot you're taking up. Sambi would be deeper. They play more parallel to each other. They wouldn't be playing Odegaard in front of, like Odegaard plays in front of Partey. He doesn't play really beside him. So
what did I say to you last week, Bertram? I said you can play with 2 number 10s if you're in a 3 at the back system. If you're in a 4, it makes it difficult to do that.
Well, I thought this experiment was gone after the Man City game. I know Xhaka get his red card, but we're down 2-0, and we have our best offensive team on the field, and we couldn't keep the ball, which is damning. Now, I know he wanted to play around Burnley today. That's maybe why he went the way he did. But you have 2 kids on the field who's going to get beat up by a bunch of goons. Why you had those kids get beat up? And Saka wasn't in the game today. And when he got the ball, he was so beat up, he couldn't even stretch his legs out. Yeah. Like he was struggling to stretch his legs out. So anyway, look, we won, which is most important. And obviously the team has to get credit because we won. It's not 2 in a row. But here's the thing, guys. We scored 2 goals in 5 games. One a scrappy goal and the other from set piece. we're not scoring from open play. That should be very concerning.
Yeah, but it's not a problem that we know we've had this problem for a while. It's not going to go away until we start to get some familiarization with the first 11, the players we have now, which I think are a good bunch of players. I think they're a good young bunch of players. Getting them to play together as a team is the next thing. Yeah, everything in stages.
Paulo, we can't keep Partey fit. We can't keep Partey fit, which is a problem.
Yeah, I agree. I'm just saying to the African Gooner's watching the stream. I'm just saying to him, where's your grades? And then a question mark. Let me go to the guys here. Fat Freddy said average will be 7 for the goalie. Needs improvement. White, Saka, Smith Rowe 5, and the others are 7. Yeah. An African Gunner said he's going to come on and do the grades himself.
African probably get anxious watching this.
It's always good to judge. What the hell have we got here? 18. Oh Jesus! You're gonna have to help me with this. But 18 says Rams bottom 7. That's Ramsdale.
Is this a comedy?
Tommy Gunn 7. Tommy Gunn is Tomiyasu. Red. Ben
that must be white. Must be red. Ben White.
Yeah, Ben White 3. No, hey, Bertram, you can tell because of the scores.
yeah. Gabby.
Just look at the scores and you can figure
out. He only gave
out.
Partey a 6. No. Gave Partey 8. Did he give Partey 8?
Yeah, Lion 8. That's what I'm saying. Look at the scores and you can figure it out.
He gave Tierney a 6. He gave don't denigrate Odegaard defensive work by giving call him Ozil. He doesn't play defense.
Look who's up front. T'Challa's up front.
Oh God, that
Smith-Rowe's
is
Bergkamp.
Brilliant.
Oh man, Bergkamp must be turning over in his
is he?
bed.
Hold on, who's the stinky?
Must be Pepe.
Yeah, that's the skunk. Pepe the skunk in Warner Brothers. Looney Tunes.
Pepe, Bergkamp is Smith-Rowe. Saka gets a 4. Wait, is it Saka 4 or?
Number 7, Rockcastle. That's Saka.
That's Saka, and then we have Aubameyang gets 6. Yeah. I don't see Aubameyang gets 6.
Yeah, T'Challa. That's good. Black Panther. That's good, man. That's good. That's good. Hey,
yeah, and because we win Arteta gets an 8, I don't see Arteta getting.
I like that 18.
Yeah, that's nice 18. That's big time. Nice one for that, man. That's one for that. Bit of comedy. G says Bertram's harsh. No, Bertram ain't harsh. Bertram's just being real.
I'm harsh. At G, why am I harsh? So G, which score was harsh, G? Because you always say I'm harsh. You're with that. Which score was harsh, G? I'm curious.
D says I watched St. Maximum, Zaha, and Rafinha, and I think why can't the manager just unleash Pepe and let? It's because me and Neomis talked about this 2 weeks ago. You have to have a system that works well with the players. That's your combination. That's your synergy. If you have players, Wenger had no system. Wenger had world-class players, and he just said, "Go out and express yourself." The game has changed.
So let me explain the difference between those 3 players. I'm going to explain the difference between
in Wenger's last year, you saw what it was like when you had no plan, no tactics, no nothing. And you were just sending players on the pitch. It was pandemonium. People didn't know what. As the team became lower in quality, the mess just got bigger. And now we're seeing tactics. Now we're seeing planning. Now there has to be a balance between the two. You have to play to your players' strengths. And at the moment with Arteta, it seems like it's philosophy and system first. Yeah? And that's where I see us struggling. And I mentioned Smith Rowe. There's no flexibility here in Arteta's system. You are playing to the system and that is it. That's it.
So St. Maximum and Zaha are not required to put a defensive effort like a Rafinha or Pepe does, right? Bielsa requires you to work really hard. So does Arteta. St. Maximum is told, go up top, try to get in the ball. He creates mismatches, give us a chance to win.
Yeah.
Pepe is not fast. Pepe is quick. He's not fast. St. Maximum is fast. Rafinha is fast. Zaha somewhere in the middle. But Pepe is not fast. But he's quick. Also, the difference is I missed the first. Go back to the.
No, sentiments. For the last 2 weeks, sentiments be making me laugh.
Oh,
His comments are just legendary.
Listen, sentiment. How can you make that statement when you're talking about Burnley at Turf Moor? That's just crazy, bro. That's just
but
crazy.
I think the thing about the game was that we know Burnley is not good on it. Two times in the game today, by the way, where White missed a player. He missed on Barnes. The Barnes controlling his chest. He was going to kick, and Gabriel came across his left foot and out of bounds. That was White, and the back pass to the goalkeeper. So that could have been 2 goals actually, which shouldn't occur. But go back to the whole Zaha, Pepe, St. Maximum, Rafinha. I do think Arteta and Bielsa ask much more of their players defensively than is required from Crystal Palace and or Newcastle. But I think St. Maximin of those 4 to me is the one I would pursue. I think Zaha is getting a little bit older in the teeth, even though I think he destroyed what's his name from Barcelona last week when they played against Tottenham. I thought he had his day with him. But I do think Pepe plays what I call scrimmage ball. You always want to stop. You know when you used to play in the park, you stop the ball and put it between your legs and turns you around and stay in the one spot. That's Pepe. He hasn't learned that it's a big field football. You got to go forward when you get it. Your job is to get to the other side of the field and score, not to stop and flick and twist. But he's not fast. People think he's quick, but he's not fast. So that affects our game also.
Yeah. African Gooner, really good to see you. First of all, 2 things. First thing is, what did you think of the game overall? And then secondly, can you give us your ratings?
Yeah, definitely. It's tough because we won, so quite positive. And I think in recent history, there's no way we would have kept a 1-0 win. We would have definitely conceded at some point in the game. So that is a positive.
Yeah.
At Turf Moor.
Exactly.
At Turf Moor, Yeah.
But the other thing for me is, honestly, I think we were crap. I think our passing is just so bad. Guys, let's be honest. Our passing was so bad. We were waiting for Burnley to come pressure us to make a move. We were way too slow. It was so boring to watch compared to last week against Norwich, where I was kind of on my feet because I felt like we were attacking after attack after attack, and that's fun to watch. That's the game I want to watch, where we're on the front foot and we were really trying to, I think, kill the game. So it was a struggle for me today because I think in the second half just wasted opportunities, and I felt like it was coming, and I was just praying to God that they didn't score. And Ben White with that pass, oh my God, he was terrible, and he was good today as well. He won a lot of headers, but he was also really bad, taking too long.
So Apollo, I feel good. G, you just said I was negative. G, let me say this. So G just said I was negative. G, you said I was negative. I keep talking, African Gooner. You made me look good. Keep talking.
No, it's not. I'm being realistic. It's not about being negative or positive. This is how I feel. This is what I, feel from watching the game. I'm happy that we won, obviously, because it was important. But I think, thinking in the bigger picture, we were making really bad passes, and some of our players like Saka and my favorite, even Tierney, not so good of a game. Partey seems to be injured again. Tierney pulled up injury again. Nuno Tavares, that sprint at the end, wonderful. But I know he wants to make an impression. He should have passed that off. We could have easily killed this game so many times. And for me, Pepe, I'm sorry, I'm done with this guy. He's shit, man. He's shit. He's honestly shit. He can't beat a player. He's just so bad. I'm tired of watching him. I'm tired of watching him. When you see a kid like Martinelli, even Saka can beat a player better than Pepe. And as Bertram said, he's not fast at all. He beats his man and he cuts back. He's not direct enough. He's not physical enough. Just everything about his game is he's just an average player for me, and I'm just frustrated because I expect so much more from him. It's his 3rd season. There's no more excuses. I want him out of the team. Give Martinelli his chance. I have way more confidence that Martinelli is going to do much more for us. Pepe scores a banger, once in a blue moon, and he can only score that banger. That's all.
No, Africa, I got to stop you. He scored 10 goals last season.
Okay, but
Odegaard, Saka, and Smith Rowe scored 8.
No, I agree with that, Bertram, but his goal is the same. He scores the same goal. He doesn't have variation in the type of goals that he can score. He can just score the curler in the top left corner. That is his real.
Do you care? Do you care as it goes to the goal? Do you care?
Actually, Bertram,
change it up.
Bertram, I meant to pick you up on that last night. You said he played 32 games. Who?
Pepe?
Yeah, he only started 16.
Well, true.
Right,
he played 32 minutes. Yes, you're right.
Yeah,
that's fair point.
16.
That's fair point. 16. So, wait. It makes the other 3 look worse, by the way, with those stats. He makes
Yeah,
them
of
look
course.
worse,
Yeah, of course it does. Of course.
okay, go
Yeah,
ahead.
but
Yeah,
the
but African-
but the
Yeah, go
thing
on.
is, Bertram has too high expectations on the other two, right? In regards to, I have that expectation of Pepe. I don't have that expectation of Saka and of
That's a
ESR.
fair
But
point.
I understand his point, though. He's saying they're in the team, the first team, so it shouldn't matter how old or whatever. That all of that goes out the window. He needs to perform. So. No, I understand Bertram's point, but I think Saka, more often than not, he is providing. So, games like this and last week when he doesn't have good games, I'm not going to get onto his back. But yeah, he was poor today, and I think he should have come off. I'm going to go into my player ratings. Aaron Ramsdale, oh my God. I mean, I was excited to see him play. I was never one of those guys that were complaining about signing him. I always thought that he was going to be better than Leno, and today he was my man of the match. I know Gabriel also had a really, really good game, but he was just so commanding. I mean, that penalty that, he got the ball fair and square. I mean, corners, everything about his game was just.
Did you see how he made Sean Dyche change their game plan? Because he was knocking out the Route 1 balls, and Burnley had to abandon that plan. It weren't working. Between Ramsdale and Gabriel, they just stopped it. Bang, done.
Yeah, absolutely.
But here's what you haven't talked about in the game today, which is, you know how much fast break we got, how much turnovers they made, and we had fast break. And the final third, we made a bad pass. We don't make a good pass.
I know. That's what I'm saying. That was mainly Saka and Pepe for me. Those two were just not. And Oba, we know he's just not in the game. Period.
It's his job. It's his job to get on the end of all of that. But the guys behind him didn't do their job. You're right. So go on.
No, go for it. I was just gonna give my score.
I just think we can't act like this is a surprise to us. We've had a creative problem for a while, so nothing different for me. I'm not even surprised. I expect it. Yeah,
absolutely.
You know when I'll be surprised? When we actually start to turn it around and bang some goals in. That's when I'll be surprised.
So last night I was listening to some Arsenal podcasts because that's what I do on a daily basis. It's just it's food for my brain, right? And
as long as it's not Talk Sport, then that's fine.
No. It's some YouTube videos. And I was thinking to myself, this is exactly the same situation we were under Emery. We were saying that he was too man-managing. We had no creative. This is exactly the same issue that we had under Emery when we were saying just let them play with feet. It's the same old crap. But I mean, listen, it's a new team, so I'm going to give it some time. As long as we keep winning, I don't care. But I mean, there's going to be a threshold where okay, now we're expecting to put some of these chances. There's no more excuses of it, betting in and partnership of Gabriel.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that because according to Neomis, we're going to be top of the league next month.
Nah, come on, behave yourself, Neomis.
No, I never said that. I never said that.
Bertram said that we were in 20th place.
I never said that.
18 or 16, we're at 12th. The way we're going to top of the league in the next month or so. Look at the progress from 20th to 12th in 2 weeks. Now it will change tomorrow when the scores come in tomorrow. But
I'm gonna go through my scores quickly. So Ramsdale 8, man of the match for me. Tomiyasu 7.5. I agree, absolutely phenomenal. Wins every single aerial. I mean, incredible to see. I haven't seen that for so long. Bellerin would never win a header, and the way he presses onto players, he doesn't give you any space. He's right up you, and he doesn't care if it goes for a throw. And he's making sure that the player doesn't beat you, and that's what you have to do as a right back. So I'm really appreciating that from him. I think his all-round game is just really good. You can see he's an intelligent player. He switches the ball to the other flank. I mean, you could just tell he's just such a better player than what we've had. And I'm really excited to see him develop. I think he's going to be a fan favorite because he gives it his all. He even said in his interview, "I'll play a striker if the manager asks me to," and that's all I want to hear from a player. The only difference, people say, "Oh, you're saying that about Tomiyasu," but Xhaka also gives his all, and says he'll play. But the difference is this guy's actually quality. Xhaka's shit, so it's okay. You need to have both. You need to have one commitment to the team, but you also have to have quality. Just because you can play anywhere, you're going to do anything with the team, doesn't mean that fans are going to love you. You got to be good at what you do as well, and that's the difference between Xhaka and Tomiyasu for me in terms of commitment to the team. So I'm really happy with Tomiyasu. Gabriel was phenomenal today. I'm going to give him also an 8. I'm going to give him, tied man of the match with Ramsdale. It was winning everything in the air, very dominant, and I enjoyed it. White, I was quite disappointed. I think he made a lot of stupid mistakes. I know 50 million, price tag is going to be put onto him, but I mean, he's young and stuff. He still needs to learn, but he just can't take risks like this. I mean, in the beginning of his career, he's got to, if that penalty went for them and they scored, his career kind of would have been down on the drain already. In the second or third match, a lot of fans would have turned on him. So I'm happy that didn't happen. And hopefully he needs to shape up. He needs to look at himself and just play simple passes and once he gets more comfortable with Gabriel, then he can take some of those risks. He tried to do like a back heel nutmeg in the corner, and I'm like,
it was a mess.
No, absolutely not. Tierney, I'm going to give 5.5. I think this whole season he hasn't been that great so far. He doesn't look like the same player. I'm not too sure why, and I'm hoping that over time that he'll regain some form. He had a couple of good crosses, but his overall game hasn't been as good. And I think defensively, I know Bertrand doesn't enjoy his defensive abilities, and I'm starting to see that a little bit. I know that that's not really his role. For me, that's not his role. He's more of an outlet to attacking wise.
That's why I said what they do is they drop Tomiyasu back into the 3, and as they're attacking, Tierney then becomes the wingback. So he's more of an attacking player in the system. Yeah.
And then Saka comes inside as well to give that space for him to kind of own that flank. But yeah, again, like Tierney's been a great servant for us and he's been good. So, you give leeway to some of these players that usually are very good for us.
So, Gunnar, now you're going to your thing, but here's the thing about Tierney. Here's a question. So, if that's the strategy and it's not effective, don't you change it?
Yes.
So, he's playing wing. He's not playing left back. He's playing like a winger, right? He's playing a winger.
Yeah.
So, if we're not giving me assists or goals, then the question is, shouldn't I change that, right? So.
Yeah, I agree. But then I think Tavares would be exactly the same. I feel like he'd bring almost the same. So it's not really.
He can't defend. Tavares can't defend.
Yeah, he can't defend. He is only good going forward. He has so much speed. Actually, it's impressive. I think he will be a good asset for us going forward. So I'm happy with that. In terms of Partey, I'm going to give Partey a 7. I really hope he hasn't gotten another injury because this is just ridiculous. This guy's never been injured in his career before, and he comes to us and like. Dude, he just gets injured every other week, man. It's crazy. And like he didn't even go into any hard tackles. I know that the strategy today was to play him as an extra center back to win the aerial duels, and that's what he was doing. And he kind of had a rough game in that way. But yeah, I think as Bertram said, his role is really, really just to pretend like he's going one way and feed the ball right into either Saka or Oba, and that's when we're like in the front foot. We're just too slow, and when he makes that pass, we just don't make anything out of it, and that's really frustrating. And I think over time that'll come. Odegaard, I'm going to give him a 7 as well. Fantastic free kick. I was surprised that he took it. From the beginning, it looked like he was claiming it and saying, "Nah, this is mine." I was surprised Pepe wasn't going to take that. But yeah, no, great goal. I think, as Bertrand said as well, I mean, this guy he's Ozil 2.0, man. This guy runs his socks off, and I love that. I think he needs to contribute a little bit more for me. Sometimes he's making some fancy passes and stuff where he should play a bit simpler for me. But yeah, I think he had a good contribution. Pepe, I'm going to give a 3. I'm sorry, guys. I don't even want to talk about him. I'm so tired of him. He's pathetic, honestly. And I don't want to be negative about him, but he's not it for me. I'd rather play Martinelli. We've given him too many chances. There's specific games where I think he should play, but only from the bench. And he needs to have he needs to be motivated somehow. I don't know how do you motivate this guy, because you need to knock it in his head that he's not doing his part, for me at least, Yeah, I'm gonna give him a 3. Smith Rowe also wasn't in the game today. I think Bertram is right 100%. Like, why was he playing? Why did he start? If you're gonna start Odegaard, you don't start Smith Rowe as well, especially against like Burnley. Like that was
I think we all agree with that. And the most important thing, although Thomas Partey was outstanding in the midfield today, the biggest frustration, you could see him shouting at Odegaard and Smith Rowe for not backtracking. And that was a big frustration for him. And Arteta's going to have to look at that this week. He's going to have to look at that. You're not going to get away with that against Tottenham.
I think there's a lot of pressure on him because of the number 10 jersey and everything. I think it was too early to give it to him. I still don't think he's there yet. And again, I love him. I think he's a great player. He's a lot of potential, but he's not even close to being there yet. I think there's a lot of pressure on him already. And it's going to be interesting to see what Arteta does, because he's going to have to rotate between Smith Rowe and Odegaard, and they're going to have to battle it out for that number 10 position. And, for me, in terms of Saka, I'm also going to give him a 4. I think, he was quite poor today. His touches were really bad. And that's something as well with Pepe. I mean, that pass to Aubameyang when we were 3v1, I mean, so bad. And even Saka's passing was really bad. His first touches were really bad today. He looks very tired, and they had the whole week, I think, to prepare. So I don't want to say he's tired. I just think over this last season or two, he's just been used so much. So that's the tiredness that I'm talking about. It's just physically, mentally, maybe he's tired and he needs a break. And again, you have Martinelli there and you have Lacazette there, and these guys haven't even played in the last 2 games. So very interesting to see. And then Aubameyang, I'm going to give him a 5. He just doesn't impact the game, and we know this. It's not like there's nothing really new to say here. When he's not involved in the game, he's just a passenger, and it's unfortunate.
Yeah, and with the service being so bad, it's
absolutely.
I mean, I did say in my preview, he has scored 4 goals in the last 5 games, but it's going to be rough, guys. It's just going to be how it is. A lot of you guys have been saying this. You've been saying it's going to be a long season, but what you have to do is embrace that and enjoy watching this transition, because we have a growing young team now, and I think it's fun. If this works out in the next 2 or 3 seasons, we'll be looking back at this saying, yeah, remember when this guy was trying to find himself and try and learn his position? Remember when he was trying to be this?
Arteta is not going to get any credit in 2 seasons.
Apollo, guys, here's the problem.
I don't have time.
Yeah, here's the problem, which is when the team gets to where it needs to get to potential-wise, the Partey's, the Aubameyang is going to be too old. In fact, I'm going to start a conspiracy theory that think Partey is not 28. I think I think what happens is, here's what I think happens. When you get older, and it's happened to me when I was playing football, and get into your 30s situation. Well, some of those African countries, the age sometimes gets reduced over time. When you want to get to Europe, you went from being 21, from being 24, 25 to being 21. So we know how that works.
So look, guys,
I think it's catching up with him.
So it was actually Bertram and La African Guna actually got today's game right. Me and Neomis both said it would be a draw. This is Turf Moor. It's not easy to win.
Me and Bertram have got everything right except for the first game, which I think was kind of a mishap. I mean, I'm still shocked we lost that game.
I'm not, like I said to you, I'm not.
Seeing Brentford, it's not a shock, right?
They beat 4
we didn't have our full team either. We didn't have Gabriel.
Yeah,
we had Gabriel. He would be able to handle Tony and wouldn't be.
And we didn't have Partey either.
We didn't have 9 players, guys. 6 COVID, 3 injured. It is what it is, isn't it? But guys, what I want to say is, African Guna, let me talk about you first. You're not even giving us another win in the next 5 games. You've gone draws.
I might want to change that.
No changes. I did changes last week. I said up till then I allowed. Actually, it was the Chelsea game I allowed changes. After the Man City, I just no, we got to go with what we're saying now.
Okay, wait. So can I put a disclaimer? We did these before the transfer window closed, right? So we had a lot of new players now. Looks like we have a new team. So you don't have to change it physically, but verbally, I would say Spurs. I still think would be very hard to get the 3 points, but I think Brighton and Crystal Palace, we may be able to sneak some points. Aston Villa, maybe a draw. Those 0 points at Aston Villa, maybe 1 point. Things might tweak a little bit, but I don't think we're gonna go and win all these games.
Bro, we have Spurs at the Emirates, and next week when I get inside that stadium, I can't wait to see the reception that the fans are going to be pushing this team over the line, and 100%. I really hope.
By the way, Neomis, that goal this season you're talking about, go look at Townsend goal for Everton. Was it last week?
Oh,
yeah, that was better. That was better than Odegaard's goal.
Okay,
that was a cracker. Yeah, that was better than Odegaard, because Odegaard is a set piece, right?
Yeah.
He was in the flow of the game, so his
Odegaard wasn't even top corner. I think the keeper could have done better, if we're being really honest. It was a good free kick.
No, I think it was brilliant. Did you hear me break it down earlier on?
No, I missed it.
Okay, so this is a tactic they worked on Tuesday in the film room at London Coney. What they did is they had 3. It was a 3 dummy free kick. So they had Lacazette and Partey, who both take free kicks on the left, and Odegaard standing on the right, who doesn't take free kicks. So the goalkeeper at that point is confused, because he's thinking, right, well, Odegaard's just going to run over and dummy the ball, and it's either going to be shot to the right-hand side by probably Aubameyang, because we knew Partey only started taking free kicks in pre-season. And what they did is that confusion put the wall into a mess. You could see the wall, it moved twice. They didn't know where to line up. Goalkeeper's going crazy at the back. Pope is like, go right, and then he ends up telling them to go left. He's actually yards behind the ball when it goes in the back of the net. And Odegaard puts it, I had the picture, didn't I, guys? I did have the picture here. I think I still got it. Odegaard puts the ball right. It's literally inches. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. Yeah, let me put it up. Let me put it up here. Odegaard has the ball it couldn't have been more than 5 inches above his head. Let me just put that on the screen here so that you guys can see it. Yeah, here it is. It couldn't have been more than. Let's blow that up a little bit. Look, it couldn't have been more than 5 or so inches above Barnes's head. It actually looks like it's Woods. It's Woods. And that was done to perfection. The ball also, look at the distance between the ball and the post. Yeah. So the swing, he gets the swing on it. He gets the lift for the ball to dip. And the trick in fooling the goalkeeper, we haven't seen enough of this. It's brilliant.
We don't score enough free kicks these days anymore since Sanchez and Fabregas. And we don't score as many free kicks. And Van Persie, brilliant. Not forget Van Persie scored a lot of free kicks too. Yeah. It's tactically brilliant, and this is something we don't normally see from Arsenal on free kicks or corners. It's almost like they're taking corners and free kicks just because they have to. There's no plan behind it. Corners, Apollo. I mean, Pepe again, very poor on corners. Never beats the first man. I mean,
he used to. I mean,
is it just me or?
No, he just had he just had a subpar goal. It was just subpar. Last week, Pepe was one of our best players. Ran the whole show. Everything went through him. Hit the post twice.
I disagree. I think he wasn't that great either last week.
Hitting the post twice and
he hit the post. That's all he did all game.
The goal came through Pepe. The goal came through Pepe.
No, I know, but first of all, no, but I mean, just because the goal came through him doesn't mean that he had a good game, right? That's one play out of 90 minutes. So
no, but it wasn't. I just said everything went through him. He hit the post twice. The goal came through him. He looked hungry. He was going past players. It was a different Pepe to what we saw today. Today he didn't play that well.
I didn't think he was good last week either. Bertram, did you think he played well last week?
He played better than he played this week. He wasn't
better, but did he play well? Like, would you say he had a good game for your expectations?
But what is well though?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. The goal came through him.
Is that like 8 out of 10?
I think last week offensively, he was our best player offensively last week, right?
Because he was good.
Because he hit the post twice, and
because he was in dangerous position. Like last week, who else was even create anything last week?
No, I agree with that.
No one did anything.
Without Pepe, we don't win. We don't win that game.
No, I would agree.
Yeah, we don't win that game.
Look up again. I think he's better than he's showing up and going. At Lille, he had freedom to play. He doesn't have freedom in Arteta's system. So when you give him freedom, like I say, Maximum or a Traore, right? You play just based on what you enjoy playing as a kid.
Okay, Bertram, let me ask you this: Why can those players beat their man and when you watch
that's a good point. That's a good point.
So much better.
Yeah. Because you know what? He waits too much. He waits for the defender to move versus him committing the defender. Said Maximum commits you, right? He's coming at you. You got to make a decision. I tackle, push a foot, or I'm going to go by you. Yeah. He doesn't commit you. He waits for you to come, and he should commit the player. He doesn't commit.
Even if he can't cross with his right foot, go into the box and get the guy to foul you and get a penalty.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I think Rajandra says that the opposition are going to think twice before fouling our players on the box. I did want to mention that. That's a good shot there because we all agree that Saka didn't play well today. But I did say to Neomis, who made the free kick happen? It was Saka.
Yeah. But see, Apollo, you can look at that in isolation and say because of that, he had a good game, which is what you're saying about Pepe, it seems, in the last game. For me, Saka had a poor game, regardless that he created that, opportunity.
But African Gunnar, Saka played worse than Pepe today, but you gave Saka a better grade.
Agreed.
You gave Saka a better grade, though.
No, I didn't.
Did you give Pepe a 3 and give Saka a 4? Or did I miss something?
Yeah, you're right. I gave Saka a 4 and I gave Pepe a 3.
Yeah, so you had a better game than Saka. Saka was...
Yeah, he did.
In that touch in the box that he miscontrolled,
Saka was bad. Saka was bad last week.
That was awful.
I gave Saka a 5.5 last week and I gave him a 4 this week. He just needs to rest. I think he's sitting against... Don't play him against the Dons. NK Dons, don't play him. I mean,
but we know that Arteta has an issue with Martinelli. He doesn't like him. So regardless, he's just gonna keep playing Saka just because he doesn't want to play Martinelli.
Well, Martinelli didn't do like AMN did. So you know what I'm
Yeah.
leaving.
Threatened to quit.
By the way, I forgot to mention, AMN had a way better game today when he came on than last week. He was fighting today. I saw he won.
No, I thought last week he played well in the second half.
Yeah, me too. I
I
thought he did okay last week.
He was the only one making the long pass over the top last week, trying to
For
find
me, he
someone
was
behind the
losing the
defense.
ball too much, and he didn't seem like he knew.
He
what
does
he was
lose the
doing
ball. You know what?
last
He loses the ball in areas you shouldn't lose the ball, and it gets
Yeah.
magnified because of that, right? You should lose the ball when you find out third trying to make a final pass or to go by. So he loses the ball in areas where, you know, like we were doing today all over the field, frankly.
Yeah, agreed.
So, guys, update Aston Villa. As you know, we're Arsenal are 12th place in the league at the moment. Everybody underneath us have played 5 games except for Villa. We just need Villa to draw, and then Arsenal will stay in 12th place. And at the moment, it's Villa, nil, Everton, nil. Villa at home. 37 minutes is gone. I'm expecting Everton to win that game, if I'm honest.
I agree.
But I'll take a draw. I'll take a draw. What else? Sorry, go on.
I have a question for Bertram. The player that Crystal Palace signed, the striker, Hudson Edward. I mean, this guy scored 2 goals in his first game, man. This 13 million. We should have sold them. We should have sold them in Ketia and just put more money to get this.
No, I don't think it's money. It's not. We don't rate him enough. So he's been linked with us for what, 2 years now.
They don't like
I don't think they don't rate him. I don't think they rate him to say he should be part of us.
Oh yeah, so these guys are thinking they're gonna go spend 70 million on that Isaac guy. Come on.
Yeah,
I hope so. I don't see it.
I can only tell you what I know. Do you know what I'm saying? I can.
He's not worth 70. He's not worth 70.
It's 50 million that they're talking about, guys.
He's good though. He was at Dortmund before as a youngster.
I think the team was talking about in the Euros. The team was saying they would only take 70 million euros for him, but that's they're not going to get that for him.
That's too much.
Me and Naomis are big fans.
I think he's a baller.
No, he's a good player.
He's a Wenger player. He's got
I
everything.
would take him in a heartbeat here.
He's a good player. He's a good player. He has the game. None of our strikers are complete strikers, right?
How old is he?
20,
early
20s,
20s,
23.
Yeah,
23.
He fits the strategy. I think he's below 23.
Yeah, I think he just hits 23.
Yeah, he fit the strategy. It costs a lot of money.
Yeah,
Strategy,
right.
Well, listen, we seem to have the money, so let's go get him.
So wait. I'm sorry. So, you know why my name is Stan Kroenke? Because I've been spending money, by the way. All you guys who are cussing me out spend. I spent about $500 million, £500 million in the last 5-6 years. That's a lot of money.
No, I agree, Bertram. But even if you spend the money, you got to oversee where you're spending the money. Just because.
Well, that's true. That's true. No, I didn't say we spend it wisely.
So guys, there's 2 things. There's 2 things. First of all, he's 6'4".
Yeah.
Which is the same height as Olivier Giroud. Secondly, he's second in headers in Europe. Out of all the strikers in Europe, second in headers. Thirdly, he's actually 21. His birthday's on the 21st in 3 days' time.
Nice.
I didn't realize he was
Dortmund got rid of him, but we're not sure why. Because
they have a buyback clause for him, and it's 40 mil. That's probably why they're talking about 70, because Dortmund will buy him back for 40 and then sell him to anybody who wants him for 70. That's
smart business. That's smart business. That's something that you'd never see Arsenal doing, man. Buyback clause and sell him immediately.
But you know we should have gotten Billingham, right? I'm reading the papers all the time about Billingham, which is...
Oh, man, I love that.
Because we had a transition to Edu, he got lost in the mix. Because Edu was someone we didn't know.
Yeah, I saw that.
No, we had a scout who started me. It was almost all done. And somehow in the transition to Edu, things got all befuddled or confused, and we didn't get it. Yeah. Supposedly we spotted him a long time ago and had it all set up to get him, and didn't work out. Dortmund comes in as they normally do. Offer Minola a lot of money, offer the parents a lot of money.
That guy's been talking a lot about his players in the media these days. He talks too much, man. Talks way too much.
So, guys, let me do some closing comments here, because I think we're all satisfied with the job that was done today, and they are some teething issues which I think we're starting to understand now. The pattern of play with the team sheet. I think the team sheet's getting better every week. I think today Smith Rowe was a mistake, but in saying that, you didn't let Leno on the pitch. Praise the Lord. You're keeping your defenders, that back 4, back 3, whatever you want to call it. That looks to be stabilized. I was surprised not to see Sambi today. You need to know what you've got in Partey and Sambi. That's your future. So you need to be you need to have that on film as much as you can in order to go back and analyze how that's working. You didn't have that today.
Although he's trying to make an excuse to get Xhaka back in his team, because if he plays this kid, he's going to get butchered for taking him out.
Bro, if Xhaka comes back into the team, we're dead.
No, he's coming back. He's coming back.
He's coming back. I don't see any.
So
other way.
guys, here's what's going to happen. We're going to have the same situation we had with Griezmann at Atletico Madrid. Xhaka is going to come back in. He's going to mess up like he always does.
Yep.
The fans are going to lose it. They're going to start booing him, and it's going to become untenable. And eventually, he's going to have to pull him out.
Yeah.
And that's not a smart thing to do. Play Sambi beside Partey. Well, not beside Partey, because Partey is always injured. Play Sambi beside Amen for crying anybody else. Don't play Xhaka.
But see, Bertram, I agree with that, but I cannot imagine him putting Amen and Lukonga over Xhaka. Like,
when he played him last week, didn't he?
Well, because of the suspension, but not any other reason.
I thought those two have legs in the midfield, right? Because even if they're making mistakes, they have legs to provide coverage. Xhaka doesn't have any speed. Xhaka doesn't have the legs.
Listen, when I shot my video last week, and we talked about. Hold on, I wonder if I could. I don't think I've still got those pictures. Let me have a look. When we talked about Sambi, the guy had 5 balls won in the midfield.
And the most touches.
And the most touches.
And 97% passing accuracy. Ridiculous passing accuracy. Yeah.
5 balls won in one game. The last player to do that was what's his name? Francis Coquelin. No player has won 5 balls in the midfield. That's part of the problem. Winning. And the question is, what did he do when he won the ball? He turned around, ran with the ball, bang, and started setting shit up.
You can see his skill on the ball. I mean, the way he turns. I mean, he has moves in his locker, which Xhaka has none, like absolute zero. So he can turn up a midfield player and then drive into that space and carry the team forward and then decide where he wants to pass. That's something that Xhaka can't do.
That's what Partey does really well. Partey will dip his shoulder, or Partey will look you off. Partey's always looking for how can he get the ball forward. I don't want to play the ball back all the time. Let me find a way to create enough space, which is sometimes dangerous, to move to because when you dip your shoulder, that defender is now in your half going the other way. You now create space behind you. You have time now to make passes. Xhaka can't do that, and that's part of our problem.
Yeah, the only thing Xhaka has over Sambi for me is the passing and I guess the experience. I think Sambi's a better leader. I think he's a better all-around player, and I'd rather him make a mistake than Xhaka make a mistake.
So, are you guys seeing what's on the screen here? Sentiment is killing it. Are you seeing this? The sooner Xhaka is back, the sooner Arteta is sacked.
Arteta's not going to get sacked. You can't give this guy 150 million.
So guys, here's what happened. We say it's in a corporate environment. Arteta manages up really well. He manages up brilliantly. So if you can manage your manager really well, you're in good stead. You get longer duration time period, right? Yeah. He managed Josh really well. He managed Edu really well. He managed the media really well. So if you're really a good front for the organization and you look like you have a plan, then you're going to get more time.
I mean, Bertram, but he's making comments about I can see the lights, and he's talking a lot of
Of course. Well, if you have 2 wins in a row, African Gune can't see the light. It was all dark. And you see this.
But I mean, Tottenham next week, that's the real test. Then we see if he wins that game, he'll turn a lot of fans kind of back in.
Gunnar, he can always say, look, I've got my players back now. The first 3 games, I didn't have my players. I have my players back. Judge me now. Now you can judge me.
As long as he wins, I don't care, man. Even if it's 1-0 every game, I don't care as long as we win.
Yeah, Akura is right. He said, Apollo, you called it. I got this score right. I got the Chelsea score correct, and I got the Norwich score correct. So I'm 3 for 5 at the moment, bro.
Did you get the Man City score?
No, I said 3-0 to Man City. I would have had 3-0, though, if Xhaka didn't get sent off. I think I would have had 3-0.
Maybe.
Possibly.
Xhaka just pissed that one up.
I thought Man City took their foot off the gas.
Yeah,
I thought they're like, I thought Guardiola said, look, guys, it's my protege.
Yeah,
don't embarrass me. Okay?
5-0, take your foot off the gas at 5-0, you know.
No,
I know.
I think they took off their foot off the gas at 3-0, but like
Yeah.
it was just, they can't make it so obvious, so they had to just score like goals that just came to them. They're like, shit, we
Like,
had
what am I
to
gonna
score
do?
goals.
I can score a turn back. I can't make it look that bad.
Guys,
I think that better the game. Huh?
and the relegation Southampton held them to draw.
Well, look, we're in 12th
That is
place. Okay, we're in relegation space. We were the worst team after the first 2 games, and now we're in 12th place.
Middle.
I keep telling you, next week we'll be in 8th or 7th. Well, if we beat
Oh, you
Spurs.
think we're gonna beat Tottenham?
We're not beating Spurs. I'm
Well,
If Partey plays, I think
I'll
if
stick with
Partey plays, and we put a Aubameyang instead of one of the kids, I think we'll do and put Sambi in. Sambi, Partey, and Lacazette should play.
I
We
think
need some adults on the field.
Is Song injured at the moment? I remember.
Yeah, he's injured. He's
Yeah,
injured.
yeah.
Thank
He's not
God.
playing tomorrow. He's
Thank
injured.
Is he back?
God.
Is he back for Arsenal?
Don't know. But I know he's injured for Chelsea.
Oh, that would be a blessing for next week. That would be a
Don't matter.
blessing.
It'll be a Harry Kane penalty.
Yeah, Harry Kane.
Right, so let me go around the clock. So Neomis, you happy today?
Of course, I thought this was going to be a draw. I was sure of it. And
Yeah, me
that hadn't
too.
changed. So to get the 3 points for me is like incredible. Like, well done to the team. They proved me wrong.
Bertram, happy today?
I am happy, but I want to go back to the days of Wenger when I was enjoying my football. Not the latter Wenger, the earlier Wenger. I want to enjoy my football. I'm not enjoying it,
Yeah,
but I'm happy. Yes.
HG Wells time machine for you there, my friend. La African Guna, you happy today?
Yeah, I'm happy. I think primarily I'm happy because we're seeing new players, and it feels kind of like a fresh team. And you can kind of put that Arteta hate aside and say, listen, it's a new team. Let's just kind of see what he does with this. And if he doesn't get
I
it
love
right,
that.
then it's done, right? Then that's it, and let someone else come in. So yeah, it's exciting to see new team and new players that are giving it their all. And look, that was the tallest defense that we've had in the Premier League, for a long time. So you can see the style. We're becoming more physical, aggressive. The team dynamics is changing, and it's good to see. I just hope that it happens sooner rather than later. This chemistry, and again, Arteta cannot bring back Leno, cannot bring back Xhaka. But if he does that, he's literally, he's digging his own grave. Literally.
Well, look, Tommy looks like a fine.
Yeah,
Tommy looks like a fine, which is good. So we have 3 of the 4 defenders who can really defend.
Nah,
But look,
that's fine.
Bertram, yeah?
I didn't say whether it was white or tea. African good. That is what.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Ramsdale.
That is each other.
Yeah,
Stop.
Ramsdale, Edu and Arteta brought him. Tommy, they brought them in. Gabriel and Ben White, Arteta and Edu brought them in. Thomas Partey, Sam B, they brought them in. When
That's
you look at Martin Odegaard, they brought them in. So, as I said in my video 4 days ago, they're getting there. They just need to. I think they need another attacking midfielder. They'll probably go. I don't know what happened with Awar. That just didn't make any sense for me. And a lot of it, remember, guys, Awar made it very clear, and his agent still said last week, "I want to play for a team in Champions League." So, same thing with David Luiz.
What is he going to say, Apollo? He's playing for a Champions League team now. Nobody want to buy him. So of course he's going to say that.
No, yeah, it's again. You need 3 parties, don't you? The player, the club that you're buying from, and it's not easy. Yeah, these transfers take a bit of time.
My frustration is that I agree with what you said. I want to point out that we did make a lot of F-ups with Cedric and Mari and some of the other guys giving Xhaka contract extension. My issue is, why didn't they? Edu was talking about this foundation. Why didn't they do this last year? I know it's difficult to get players out
because their plan last year was to go with proven veteran players, and it failed.
But you got the wrong proven veteran players in Willian and David Luiz. I mean, so
Well,
they're still
I don't think they did. I mean, Willian was the 6th most creative player in the Premier League. The stats were there.
Apollo, please.
Yeah, it just didn't work out. You can say Apollo all you like. You can say Apollo all you like.
No.
The stats. Listen,
Apollo, you're doing really well. You were doing really well.
You know, I only
really
talk facts. The facts was he was one of the most creative players in the league, and it didn't work out.
But
Those are the facts.
Xhaka makes 97% pass. Who gives a crap?
But he doesn't.
about
But what does he do with those passes? They go sideways and backwards. They don't account to nothing.
How many goals he scored last season in the Premier League? How many goals?
One. Willian, right? He scored
Hey,
one.
last game of the season, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it didn't work out. Yeah, they put all those proven players in, and by Christmas they were 14th in the Premier League. It didn't work out. So that's why
No,
they've gone
David
into a
Luiz was
different...
good, by the way. He makes
Yeah.
mistakes, but David Luiz was good.
6 out of 10.
We're the third best defense last year, African Gunner. The third best
Yeah,
defense.
Yeah, I know. But he was
That says a lot. That says a lot.
But
Too many mistakes.
the challenge is to what are you going to do? My biggest concern this season is what are you going to do without David Luiz? Can you manage
Well, that's
that?
Ben White, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. That's your level of expectations. We were that good as a defensive unit last season, and I'm not counting you got 9 players missing in the first 3 games. You let 9 goals in 3 games, and you've got 6 players injured, 3 players 3 players injured, 6 players on COVID. I get all of that. I don't need no convincing about that. The trick is, what do you do here on outwards? That's my thing. If you sorted the defense out, because that's a foundation. You don't build a foundation anywhere else except for your defense. Once you can stop teams from scoring, then you can figure shit out on the other end. That's me.
I do think our biggest problem is lack of scoring.
Yeah, creativity is still an issue for us, and finishing and confidence and that chemistry up front, and the transitioning is too slow. I mean, again, it was so boring today. Before we scored that goal with Odegaard, like I couldn't see how we were going to score because we were just too slow.
So here's the biggest question. Yeah, Lacazette was an answer in the latter half of the season last year when we had the second best record. What worked was Lacazette being the pivot for those young kids. He was able to hold the ball in space, fight off defenders, and create spaces for other players. We don't have that right now. But do you play him knowing that he's not your future? He's out the door in January.
No, we have
well,
no
you're paying
choice.
him.
We have no choice right now, and he's not a Xhaka where I think he's disruptive to the team or he doesn't bring anything. He brings something that we could use. So here's
the thing, Apollo. Why don't you play Abba for 60 and play him for 30? Why are you playing Abba for 90?
Agreed.
Play Abba 60, doesn't produce. You take him off and put Lacquer on.
Yeah, that's
right. I mean, I think that's what you need to do.
Yeah,
I think he wasted substitutions because he had to bring on Lukonga to shore it up and take off ESR. So I mean, I already knew that was coming before the game even started. So kind of wasted, because if we didn't have to make that sub, Laka could have come on, Martinelli could have come on.
And he knows he has to change Tierney because Tierney's going to get injured. You know you're going to have to have
Partey and Partey.
Partey and Tierney, 2 substitution. Maybe that's why he started Partey on the bench last week, because he's concerned about him. Yeah. I don't know why. I watched Partey at Atletico. He doesn't get injured that much. It's really weird, actually.
Well, I did say it's because we play too much games over here, and the pace of the game is quicker. But because we're not in Europe, we're not going to have that many games. So I wouldn't expect to see Partey in the League Cup, maybe in the FA Cup. But whatever happens, they've got less games this season, so they're not going to burn the players out.
I want to see Charlie Patino play in that game on Tuesday, Wednesday against.
Yeah, I know the kid is brilliant, but slow it down. This is a man's game.
But it's against a chump team, man. Like
but I don't want to play too many kids, and the kids get injured and their career get destroyed. They're not mature enough. They're not physical enough. They may have the skill, but do they have the physical ability? Because the Premier League is unforgiving, right?
Yeah, but it's
you get damaged. Look at Elliot. You go get damaged early in your career and affects your.
Yeah, but that was a bad tackle, and it's part of the game. Like, just you can't say I'm too scared for that to happen, so I'm not going to take the risk to play.
Look, if the kid looks like Mbappe, yes. If he looks like Mbappe, he's a man child, yes.
Yeah,
LeBron James. LeBron, if you're a man child, then you're physically capable. But when Coutinho is small and petite.
Yeah, but he gets away from players very easy. He can maneuver around players very easy.
Under 23, African.
Yeah, no, I know. I want to see him play. I think this is that's one of the only games that he has a chance to really play in these early stages of League Cup and whatever.
They probably will play him.
Yeah. Okay, guys, listen, that's all from us. We'll be back Wednesday with the League Cup game against MK Dons. I'll probably drop a few videos as well in the meantime, just to keep you guys entertained.
Oh, no, AFC Wimbledon.
AFC Wimbledon. Yeah, I keep getting them two mixed up because of the whole change. They used to be. They used to be Wimbledon. Yeah, it's oh God. We will be back then, guys, and hopefully we can make it 3 wins out of 3 and another clean sheet. So, guys, thanks for joining me today, man. And guys, look, I agree it's going to be a long season, man. But I'm just enjoying the ride at the moment, and I've had a good weekend. Arsenal and the Redskins both win. I'm going to enjoy my weekend right now.
I've had a mixed weekend. Arsenal won and the Giants were cheated, but that's okay.
All right, see you guys, man. Peace
All
out,
right.
man.
Yeah.
Nice
Peace out.
one.
See you guys.